everybody, and it looks like Karen was walking down the path there as she came up. That was great. But everybody, welcome to Sci-Fi Vision presents Fandom Access for March 3rd. Tonight we have the premiere of Monarch, as well as the 4th episode of Paradise, and also the 8th episode of Starfleet.
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay, yep. I remember of Starfleet. So welcome everybody. Thanks for coming. Please like the video if you can, hype it. Please subscribe to Sci-Fi Vision. It's always appreciated. And if you aren't a member of our Discord, please join. I'm going to put the link in the chat because we have our watch parties there, as well as our schedule and all that good stuff. So if you aren't a member, please join. And if you missed yesterday, you still can stream our live stream where we had special guest Alex Zahara from School Spirits. That's still available. And it was a really, really funny, great conversation. He had a lot of really good, funny stories. So make sure y'all check that out. And yeah, that's it. All right. So you guys finally got to see Monarch. Are you enjoying it? And there goes Karen disappearing. What did you think of Monarch, AJ?
I liked it. I mean, it jumps right in. It picks up where we left off, and there was really no downtime. It just was like go, 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 go. I was pleasantly surprised to see that we got Kurt Russell back so quick.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was worried they were going to take forever to bring him back, but I guess he's Kurt Russell. If they want him on the show, right?
Well, I mean, he could have been on the show. I mean, he could have been down there for a while.
I guess that's true. Yeah, that's
see what
true.
he was going through down there. I was a little disappointed though. I hate it when you go on a rescue mission and somebody else dies. It's like I hate trading the life for the life.
Yeah. I was a little surprised. I don't know what she is, the director, I think.
The boss.
The boss, yeah, the boss of Monarch.
Verdugo, she's the deputy director.
Deputy director, okay.
But
she was the one running that part of Monarch where our main people are at. So yeah, I was surprised that she died, but obviously it gives other people a chance to kind of step up. So I think that could be, in their benefit.
The thing is though, I feel like without her, you don't have the antagonist that's constantly telling people no.
That's true, but we do have King Kong. I mean, that's a pretty good antagonist too. So
yeah, but that's different.
No, I know. There'll be, I'm sure there'll be other things along the way that are going to give him issue. But yeah, I was surprised too. But at least it wasn't, like one of them that died. I mean, it's better that it was somebody else at least.
I actually wasn't sure how I felt about this episode when I first watched it, and I had to sit with it a little bit. I was surprised we got Kurt Russell rescued so fast, but it had to be done because we can't age the entire cast up again while he's down there, right? He had to be saved within minutes because hours down below are years up above, right?
Yeah, there's that too. That's the other reason, AJ. That's a good reason.
I mean, that's why he had to be rescued so fast, and I get it, but
that's what I'm saying. A week could have gone by, and we could have seen what he was. You know what I mean? It works either way.
Yeah, I mean,
they could have gone into one episode or something. He could.
Yeah, it could have gone into the next episode. It seemed to be like a cliffhanger that is resolved so quickly, right? But I kind of liked it. I kind of liked, Kate really mirrors Keiko in these scenes, and I liked that. It was very, one of the big complaints that people had about last season was that it was not enough monsters, and this was chock full of monsters this week. I said to Jamie, I texted Jamie, I thought some of the CGI, I guess I texted both you guys, the CGI at times was a little shaky, but the monsters look good, right? Except for that hairy rat thing. And of course, Legendary has created most of these monsters on film, and so they all look really good. The CGI that was shaky is the kind that's always shaky. Water always looks bad, right? Fur is really hard to do also. But it sure was monsterific this week.
Yeah, you can't say it wasn't exciting, that's for sure. It wasn't a boring episode.
Oh, no, it was not a boring episode. Not at all. Yeah. And, this is a good, I think this is better than the movies. I like the show better than I like the movie.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the movies, but I think I said this last year. I actually care about the characters.
Yes.
Rather than, in the movies, I don't care. I don't care about the humans at all in the movies. Not one little bit.
Yeah. The movies have yet to introduce a compelling human character, I think.
Yeah, from what I haven't seen a whole bunch of the movies, but I forgot I did see Skull Island. When I said I hadn't seen any, I forgot about Skull Island, and that's one of the ones that's connected to it. But yes, I agree. I think that this was better, at least than what I've seen. It made me care more about it. Not that Skull Island wasn't good; it was pretty good. But
now, was that the one with that little kid who like has some kind of bond with King Kong? That movie was horrible.
No, I don't remember there being.
Was that AJ?
I think John Goodman was in the movie, actually.
Okay, yeah. I might be thinking of Godzilla versus Kong, Godzilla X Kong, the most recent.
This was the one that Peter Jackson directed. That was why originally I went to see it. I thought it'd be good because Peter Jackson directed it, and it was pretty good. So, but that was a long time ago.
The Peter Jackson directed one was another remake, and that was with Jack Black.
Godzilla versus Kong. That's the horrible one.
Yeah, wasn't John Goodman though in it too?
I don't know if it involves
John Goodman's in Skull Island.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, I misunderstood what you're saying. That was what I meant. Yeah.
No. I mean, I've seen that. So John Goodman's in it. Yeah. Was that a compelling human character that I really cared about?
No, I agree with that.
I care about the young Bill Randa a lot more than I ever cared about the John Goodman Bill Randa, right?
Right.
Yeah, but it's interesting that is Bill Randa. But yes, I agree with you. Like that part of it, I didn't either. It was a good action movie, like a lot of things, but it wasn't super compelling. But this is really good. But yeah, I mean, you talk about having, the monsters, the creatures in the movies. I mean, that's like in the opening, we get to see King Kong. So it's not, we don't have to wait at all. That's for sure.
We saw quite a lot of him. A little last season and in the final minutes of last season, and quite a little bit of him in this episode. I mean, we did see Godzilla pretty early in season 1, but it was in Kate's flashback mostly that we saw Godzilla, right? Yeah. I mean, it was great. Monsters are very expensive, and we saw like multiple different monsters in this episode.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we did. I don't know if you were going to go to the chat or you wanted to wait till we got more into Kong.
No, I think we can talk about these as they are relevant to the scenes we're going to cover.
All right.
How's that?
Well, that's fine. Well, we talked about, obviously, Kurt Russell coming back. But what about Keiko coming back? I can understand her having a hard time with it. She lost a lot of time, So I appreciate it. At least there's somewhat going.
Technically, she lost years in the real world, but time-wise,
right. It's been like not much time.
Well, she didn't know it was possible. Like it's a total mind-blowing event to know that. She didn't know time was moving differently down below, right? She really thought she had. As we saw last season, she's like, "I've been here 57 days," and they were like, "Oh, sorry, it's more like 57 years." 50 plus years. So I think her mind is, she's got to get her mind around the end that this can happen as a scientist, and also the fact that she essentially lost her son.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think that it's, I'm just saying, I guess that I appreciate that, they're not just, dropping her into it, that she is struggling with it, because I think that they could have done that and that would have annoyed me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you know what? So this is. Let's go to Mr. Frogman real quick, because the little girl. He's talking about the little girl was named Gia. That little girl in Godzilla versus Kong, and it's the only character he thinks is compelling in universe. Gia is literally the only good part of. Well, the little kid is kind of good. The whole connection with Kong thing I thought was stupid, but literally the only character he cared about in any movies of the Monsterverse. But Monarch really landed the best character stories. It's really great. Keiko is almost the same age as her son. Yeah,
that's the part that's weird.
I think she might be younger.
might be younger. So yeah, they're not even I don't want to say not getting on well, but don't know how to interact with each other, which makes total sense. But yeah,
she might be younger than her son. She left behind like a
I think she is
tiny young child, like a 4-year-old, 3-year-old, right? She left behind a really young kid, and Hero's kids are in their 20s.
Yeah, she probably is younger. It's funny though, a lot, and granted, this paralleled a lot in the first season too, but like Hero, left behind his kids, and I know that like he had struggled with his parents leaving him behind, and it's like, so there's kind of a lot of that. Like he clearly didn't learn, and he sort of turned around and did the same thing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he disappeared for 2 years. she disappeared his whole life. Not that she meant to.
But she didn't leave him behind. She's presumed dead. She didn't leave him behind.
No.
I mean, she was unavoidably detained in a pocket dimension.
No, that's true. But I mean, like when they were always leaving him to go on their missions or whatever. I didn't mean specifically for 50 years. I meant
guess. I mean, were they? We saw him in a trailer in the desert at the test site, right? Like I thought it looked like they were dragging him around to the places they were going.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
That's true. Until she died, or until they thought she died. Yeah.
Yes,
that is true.
Now, what Bill did after she died, like, who knows? She was gone, and the two guys had him in that trailer at the test site at the end of last season, right? It looks like she died, and then the boys dragged this kid around with them.
Yeah. But either way, they're always
totally messed up.
I guess before them is what I'm saying. Not that they knew they'd leave. Yeah, I don't know. Is it? That's the other thing too. Because I saw Mr. Frogman talks about 60 days, 60 years. I think like the time dilation doesn't really match though, because which I understand, because if it's like a day to a year, they couldn't have had them gone at all. But I mean, they were gone, I think, more than 2 days, weren't they? And they've been gone 2 years. Like it seems like they've kind of changed the.
We don't know. So
we don't know how the time dilation works specifically.
No, we don't.
It's an approximation.
Years, didn't they?
I've been thinking about this a lot. So, and I happen to have just rewatched all of last season, right? So while they're at the end of last season, Keiko says, by my count, I think I've been here 57 days. And Shaw says that, when he went in there and he came back, 20 years had gone by, and that was 33 years ago. So he's talking roughly 53 years. So it's not a perfect day per year. We don't know how long May and Kate perceived themselves being down there, but 2 years had gone by when they came out, right?
Right.
Yeah. And then Shaw, I guess Shaw was only down there like 10 minutes. It's almost instantaneous, like no time. He misses minutes or an hour, right? Like,
I think that's how they're doing it. Because that's what I was thinking too. He can take his time getting there technically, because to them it's going to be a long time anyway. So at least but if they had left him there very long, they would have had to have messed with his age again, and it probably wouldn't have been what they wanted to do. So I get that.
Wait, why would they have? Why would they have had to mess with his age?
No, everybody else's age. Everybody else would have had to be aged up.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. They would have had to age everybody. That's even worse. Then they have to do even more makeup. So I think it actually depends on the mode of how they got there. Keiko indirectly fell in versus Shaw was directly sent. He might have actually gotten in and out before she ever got there the first time. Well, we don't know what happened the first time he went down, right? I mean,
well, Keiko fell through. I mean, and also Keiko fell in, and later Shaw, Kate, and May fall in. The first time Shaw went, he was sent. The second time he fell through the rift, which kind of made me wonder, why do they have to take the bowling ball home? Why can't they just step into the rift and get sucked up?
They'd probably fly into the air when they came out. I don't know.
I mean, they flew down there. Why can't they fly out?
Well, falling isn't going up. I mean, isn't it kind of the other way? Maybe not. I just assumed it was
not literally falling, right? They're not literally in the center of the earth. They're in like a a pocket dimension or an
It's a
alternate
pocket dimension, yeah.
pocket dimension, right? They didn't.
Well,
really
I'm like looking at it as when they come back, it would be the opposite. But you're right; it wouldn't necessarily.
It's not like the Upside Down, where in Stranger Things you need someone to boost you up and then you fall out the other side, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
He says he was there around 10 days to a week the first time, and he comes home and 20 years have gone by.
Okay, if that's the first time, then that definitely doesn't make sense. But that he might mean this
again.
time. I think he probably.
Well, no, it can't be this time. He was definitely not there 10 days this time. It was a couple hours. It was like not even 2 days.
No, you're right. Because I just said, but the thing is see, that's where I'm saying like it doesn't make tons of sense because you're saying
for
10
him it
days.
was 10 minutes.
But 10 days to a week equaled 20 years, but 57.
Yeah, but it's not an
exact math.
It's not exact.
I know. It just seems like it's off a bit. That's all.
Getting too hung up on.
Math to me.
It's not a thing to get hung up. Time dilation.
It could be 1 Earth day for every 3.4695 minutes. You know what I mean? Like you can't.
It could also be exponential too. Like maybe the longer they're there, the longer the dilation gets. Who knows?
That too.
And this is correct. Probably, it supposedly requires a Titan to get through as of season 1. It's a pocket between the top world and the hollow Earth. Yes, this time seemed like maybe a few hours. It's so contradictory. It does require a Titan to get through, but it doesn't require a diving bell to get through.
No,
like I understand why they took it the first time because it was 1962 and they didn't know what was going on, right?
But to be fair, if you come back and there's a Titan there, you kind of want some kind of protection around you, maybe.
Okay, good point, Jamie.
Thank you, dear. Appreciate it. And hi, everybody. But yeah. I mean, if it was me, I wouldn't want to come out with King Kong there to step on me. Just saying. At least it provides slight protection. Maybe not a lot, but a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. You're right. I shouldn't get hung up on the math. It just ain't working out to me. But it's not a big deal. So this is where we still have where she's there. We talked about she's dead, but we haven't gotten to that point yet.
Oh, wait, I'm gonna try something.
Yeah. So whoops.
If you're not watching on YouTube, that's where you subscribe, people.
Yes, please make sure you subscribe.
Sorry, I'm playing.
No, that's okay. I just was like, what are you doing? Trying to figure out what you're doing. So we also have this woman back, and I do not remember.
It's Naomi from The Expanse. Her name is
I know she's from The Expanse, but what's her name in here? I can't remember.
I don't know. Dominique Tipper is the actress name. Her name is Brenda. Is it Brenda? I think her name is Brenda.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure her name is
Barnes, but I don't think that's her. Anyway, she was the one that May stole her data in season 1, but now she's kind of working with Monarch a bit. Is it for altruistic?
She's the head of Apex.
Okay, I didn't know if they said that. She's the head of Apex. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that pits her potentially against. We don't know. Didn't know anything about Apex, and that's why I was saying I didn't even know what the hell that meant, and I had to Google like what the heck was going on when they.
So you haven't seen all those Monarch movies?
I did not know any of that, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I definitely did not trust her. I mean, I'm glad that she helped, bring them home, but at least it seemed to me from what we know in season 1, she's never going to do something unless it's benefiting her. At least that's the kind of person she seems like.
She's the Elon Musk of this show.
Yeah, kind of. That's fair. And, I was just going to say too, the, not her, but the deputy director, like, I don't know. I kind of always wanted to be like, why are you not listening to Keiko? Like she was down there. She knows what's going on. And she's one of these people that wants to do things her way and doesn't take the advice she should and listen to the people she should. I guess that's not surprising. Yeah. To the deputy director. I just mean like she's got, people there who were down in the, what's it called? Access Monday. And she doesn't listen, but I'm not surprised. Like I said, I'm not surprised she doesn't listen, but like, I want to be like, you should be listening to them. They know what they're talking about. You don't.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, granted, she's been gone for a really long time. Speaking of, I had a problem. Whoops, sorry.
I was just going to say this picture, I have not watched this show, but Mari Yamamoto, who plays Keiko, and this actor who plays, hero whose name is his name is, I think that's Takahiro Hiro, right? They did a movie together last year. If you like these two, you can see them in a movie that is called Rental Family, which I haven't watched, but it's Brendan. It's actually a movie about Brendan Fraser. Not about him. He's the star, and these two are in it also.
I'm guessing though she doesn't play his mother in the show.
No, it's a movie where Brendan Fraser like gets a job in Japan with this agency that rents people to be your family if you're like lonely or whatever.
They actually do that. You can like rent a friend.
And these two are in it. So if you like these two, and I don't know if they play mother and son.
Whoop, he locked up. I'm guessing they don't. I was being sarcastic because we were saying that she's younger than him here, so I'm guessing she probably doesn't play his mother in it. You back? Whoop,
no, I don't know. I haven't.
Sorry, I don't know if you heard everything I said. You froze. That's why I kept talking. Sorry. You back?
I did. I'm in Jersey with the bad Wi-Fi. Let me close everything.
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes you have to see if I can save a little. Oh, I know what I was going to say. The one thing, and I know this is something little, but I thought it was funny more than anything. And I don't know where exactly it is in the scene, so I'm just saying it out because it's in one of these. Whenever she's looking at the video, she goes like, "Can you rewind it?" Like she's telling him what to do in the video, and I'm thinking, okay, she would have been alive when they had VHS, but she seems pretty comfortable knowing how the tech works. And I think that was a little, I don't know. I thought it was a little, I thought it was kind of funny.
I mean, they shot a lot of film and you can rewind film.
You can rewind.
Can you hear me? I froze for a minute. Can you hear me?
No, I heard you. Yeah. I forget what she says though. The way she says it makes it sound like she knows more than she should. But
after that, she says, I think she says, "Can you get closer?" And that's a little.
That was what it was then that she said. Yeah, because I'm like, there's no way she would know you could zoom in on it. They didn't have that. Well, I guess they could have had, camera zoom, but still, after it's recorded, no, they wouldn't have had that.
Well, she's kind of a genius and maybe just caught on pretty quickly. I mean, of all the not believable things in this show, that's the least of them, right?
I just thought it was funny more than anything. But yeah. And then we have Keiko and Bill and Lee in whatever year this is that I don't remember. 1970. Is it 70s still? It's 70s, right?
No, she's gone before the 70s. He goes in to find her in like 62. This is the 50s.
Yeah, okay, I want to say it was like 50. I feel like it was 53, maybe 55.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
It's the early 50s.
Frogman
is on it. Frogman, whoever you are, they're in Pulgasari, which I think they said is Chile, 1957.
Okay, well that's how much I know. I don't know anything about dates. I never remember, but it's a while ago. It's in the past. Was my point. They're in the past. Yeah. Now, what does somebody during the watch party said something? I thought they meant that Pulgasari was a reference to something, but if that's a location, I'm guessing not. But is that something maybe that was in the movies or something, or maybe I misunderstood what they were talking about in the chat?
No, I believe that's the location where they are. I mean, so Pulgasari happens to be a North Korean kaiju film about a metal-eating monster that helps starving villagers fight an oppressive king. Which, Frogman is Critter from Dot Kaiju.
That's what I thought. I was going to ask later in Discord. That's what I thought. Pulgasari is
a Korean folklore. It became a kaiju movie. I don't know. All right. That's a pretty cool little ask the many kaiju question. I dare you. Anyway, they are going to this. It's 1957, and they're sailing to this village, right? This seaside village. They're a fishing village. They're going to.
They probably should listen to the people that they're not leaving. But they're all hanging out together and going to see. There's some nice shots here. I just because they're really nice. But they're going in and we see what looks like a sacrificial stone to me. I don't know. That's what I first thought right away. This thing, creepy, with, eyes and monsters and shit around it. And also, I didn't know, because that's the one thing I was asking to check, because I missed part of the video when my computer froze. I don't think they explain that, right?
No, not yet. But it's that we see that symbol several times in this episode.
Yeah. Although if you've seen promo pictures, you probably know what it means anyway. But all right. So they go in and they want to know about. Wait, I do have a picture of the. I wonder if these loaded out of order. Because I did take a picture of that thing. I know I took a picture of it, but
I mean, they go in here and Billy's very like taking all these pictures. So maybe because it's 1957, like, when you travel.
Billy's an idiot.
When you travel, you don't just go taking pictures of people without asking. You don't photograph people's homes. You don't photograph people. You don't, right? Like but it's 1957, so he's the ultimate like American white man who just shows up doing whatever he wants, taking pictures of stuff, right?
Yes. But since it's with their legends and stuff, they don't want them involved.
Well, they clearly do not welcome outsiders in this community.
Yeah, they don't. And that's what I meant, kind of critter. Like it, yeah, I thought that everybody would know what it meant, but I didn't know, so I didn't.
I don't know what it means.
If you've looked at promo photos, I won't say anything then.
I don't look at promo photos. I want to be.
Okay. That's fair. No, I just mean it's not really a spoiler. It's just something, if you think about it, you probably know what it means and you haven't really thought about it. All right. So anyway, this guy, the one in the middle there, he is kind of, I think he's the one that's kind of the antagonist, right? That doesn't want them there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you could say Billy has antagonized him.
Yeah, Billy's an idiot.
That's true. Billy is an idiot. Yeah. I would agree with that. But yeah, they're like, this is important to us. We don't want outsiders here. Get out, or they're, kind of threaten them pretty much. And yeah, Billy doesn't actually, to be fair, none of them really take the threat serious enough since they don't leave. But
Shaw tries. Shaw's like, guys.
Like, I think we should go.
Yeah, I mean, I get why they don't welcome outsiders. Maybe aside from the fact that they worship a kraken, this is only 7 years after World War II ends. American, and these guys, Lee is clearly Army, right? They show up. She's Japanese. Japanese were like, talk about the attack. They were an antagonist in World War II. They're very suspicious and weird, and like, who would trust a couple of these guys showing up in your place, right?
Right. Wow, they do not listen at any rate. And then we have, oh God, why am I blanking on his name? Kentaro. Kate and Kentaro, and she is basically, a lot of this is just about, she's upset that they left Shaw because Shaw saved her life. I mean, he protected her in Access Monday, and she wants to go back for him, and nobody is listening, is the basis of that. So she's trying to get everybody to pay attention to her and to get them to go, and nobody is agreeing with her, unfortunately. But I think we kind of know from the beginning that she's not going to listen because, it's a TV show.
So did you guys think she was right, or she was overly emotional? Like, I don't want to ask what side you were on, because there aren't any sides here, but I'm interested in what you guys felt as this was playing out.
If you use your brains, I'd say, yeah, not smart to go back. But I can understand why she wants to. And I also understand, the idea of leave no man behind too. So I can kind of see both sides. But was it the smartest thing to go back, especially when you need some kind of kaiju or whatever to go through? Probably not.
AJ? Not thoughts, AJ?
I'm right there with her. I'm going with her.
Yeah, I kind of agree. If you don't go now, you can't go. You got to get them now, or you can't get them. Right? Like, right. And yeah,
things kind of ended up poorly. We lose Verdugo, at least in theory. No body, no dead. She's probably dead, but but there's always that hope.
Well, there's King Kong there.
You lose Verdugo. You let another Titan out. But if everybody gets together on it and they actually have a plan and they set, maybe it ends up a little different. Maybe Verdugo doesn't die. The other Titan doesn't come out. Things might have worked out a little better had more people been on board with her.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what always happens, though, isn't it? I mean, it's like the people argue about do they go back, do they not go back, and it's like if they had just all gotten together, it probably would. You're right. It probably wouldn't have went as bad as it did, but they had to go on their own. But I even feel like I was surprised she didn't just. Sorry, I didn't. I was just gonna say I was surprised she didn't just like send them to go back because they aren't really. I don't know that they're important.
Who's them? Who is send them?
People who came. Like I feel like she could have sent Kate and Kentaro.
She who?
The director, like she could have.
Verdugo.
Yeah, Verdugo. I'm just saying, like she could have sent Keiko and Hiro or whatever. I guess they're important to them, but I'm just saying, like they just came back. Like if they want to go and risk their lives, as long as they're not risking all your lives, you could have let them go. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I think Verdugo, as the deputy director of Monarch, has a responsibility to not send untrained civilians who've only been known about Monarch for like 3 weeks. They have proven themselves capable, but through a lot of luck. I think I was with Kate on this also. So Mr. Frogman says Kate is always driven by her feelings against what logically makes sense, but this time it makes sense. I agree. I thought it made sense. It's not just that Lee saved her and Keiko, which he did, and he jumped in there right with Kate, right? But Lee, as Kate points out when she's arguing with Kentaro, Lee, they don't only know anything because of Lee. Lee has like helped them find their father. He's really done a lot for them.
Yeah.
And also I think Lee knows more about Monarch than anyone. Lee is Keiko knows a lot, but she's been out of it since 1953 or whatever, right? And Lee has been known all about Monarch. He's the continuity of Monarch. And I think he is like, if they really want to learn to live with monsters, Kate is correct that Lee is like a pivotal part of like figuring all this out. So I thought it made sense. Like Kate, the only one who says we need him. Everyone else is like, sorry, he's gone. We can't risk it. But I was with Kate that they really need him to figure stuff out. Yeah. Hi, Doc.
Welcome. Too. Doc. Welcome, everybody. All right. So we see Lee in the present, and we know he's not dead, but we're not super surprised. And then there is some of Hiro talking to his mother, sitting with his mother. I forget, they explained it like because she's been gone so long, her body has to acclimate or something. And yeah. And then we have May, who is now working with that other woman, right?
She turned down Brenda. She has not accepted Brenda's offer.
Okay, she hasn't accepted. No, but I meant she was working with her when they were getting them back. I mean, she had to kind of put her differences aside.
They were getting them back.
They were getting May. When they went to get Kate and Keiko and them. Originally.
May was down there with Kate.
Oh wait, that's right. May was okay. Never mind. You're right. You're right. That was dumb. Sorry. Yeah, the pros in the chat. We're not pro. At least Jamie's not a pro. She don't know enough about this.
When she came back, Brenda has offered her to come work for her, right? And
see what happened to watch this a month ago?
Yeah.
No, I watched it when it was on a couple days ago because I watched it at the watch party, but my computer was having issues. So
you probably watched 50 hours of other shows since then.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, but I did watch it the other day or whatever when we had the watch party. So thanks to Doc who had the party. So thank you for that, and Critter. Yeah, you're right with what you said, and I was wrong with what I said. Okay, let's see.
But so Kate in that scene, Kate enlists May to help them help her save Shaw, right? And so because May's kind of trusted by Brenda, like Brenda thinks May is going to take the job or has taken the job or whatever, right? Like May is like the decoy here.
Yeah,
this was kind of this scene was kind of dumb. But go ahead.
No, why was it kind of dumb?
I thought it was dumb that like Monarch has basically the entire ocean under surveillance and really the whole planet, and they've got all these cameras and all these super secret, and like 3 untrained people are totally able to steal a Zodiac and escape with like no problems whatsoever.
Yeah,
it was it's necessary for the episode, for the show, but like Monarch, come on.
To be fair, that's like every prison breakout in a movie, though. I'm just saying.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm the only one who noticed it.
Yeah, the scene was all to distract him. Yes. I liked him though.
Do you like Tim? You like Tim? Do you like Tim, EJ?
Brian.
I don't really think much about Tim. I feel like Tim's going to be a lot more pivotal going forward with Verdugo dead. But
yeah.
But he seems like a nicer person than Verdugo, I guess is what I'm saying.
Tim's that guy that, like, Tim's a pushover. Let's say it that way.
Yeah. To me, there's a reason why Verdugo is the deputy director and not Tim. And Tim, I don't think would be a good leader of Monarch and a good administrator and a good supervisor. Like, he has a lot of flaws as a manager, I think.
No, I was laughing at what Critter said. He's a dweeb in the best way.
Yes. Yeah, but they usually don't put the dweebs in control of the agency.
They usually do not. They usually put the assholes in control of the agency. Let's be honest.
I mean,
right? That's what it seems like. Not in real life, but in TV, it's always the assholes that are ruling. Usually.
I don't know if you've been looking at real life.
I don't think Verdugo has been an asshole, but she has a boss.
Isn't the nicest, kindest, congenial person. How's that?
She has a boss and a budget and a worldwide crisis to manage, and like Titan alerts in multiple places around the planet, and can't necessarily buy, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, he totally gets like waylaid by May here, who distracts him.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking he covers for Critter covers for him. I was thinking he did. Didn't he know that they left? I think he did.
And that's when he covers for Kate and Katara by distraction.
So he kind of knows they're probably taking off. He's at least not surprised, but I think he might have figured it out. I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
But,
no.
Since he said that, I thought maybe that was the case. I don't know.
And he's a little, so I think, Frogman says that's part of his downfall. I think part of Tim's downfall is that he's so in awe and in love with Monarch himself and so devoted that he can't really see flaws at Monarch.
Yeah.
I mean, he considers like everything out of Verdugo's mouth a flaw. He does see some flaws, but I think he's a little too in love with his job to see like what he needs to see.
Yeah. That's fair. So they take the Zodiac, they go out. I love this shot. This is like a poster shot, surprised. I mean, I haven't seen promotional shots of it, but it looks like a promotional shot. I love it.
I think it's a beautiful shot. I did not think it was a gorgeous piece of film as this runs through. No. This looks gorgeous, but in general, I thought it looked pretty fake behind them. I don't know, AJ. Did you notice that?
I just mean like looking at it, it looks like a promotional.
It's a great shot. That's why they picked. Yeah. I mean, AJ, did you, am I picking here on the CGI a little bit? Am I being too?
It's your opinion.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know that I think the CGI is bad. I mean, I didn't really watch it and think it looks fake, but I don't know that I was really thinking about it as I was watching it. I was enjoying it.
You watch it on your computer?
No. The first time I watched it on TV.
Yeah, I watched it on my large TV.
So that makes a difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's what. I don't know. Critter thinks that he did know. I kind of thought he did know from what I remember, but yeah, I don't know. You guys disagree with me too, so I don't know. I thought he knew. But it's kind of irrelevant because either way, if he knew, it still does not go well, obviously. So it's, going to bite him regardless. But they do go down to... Now, see, this is the part I got a little confused with because they have to first go down to where Kong is before they even open the rift. Or I'm calling it a rift. They don't call it a rift, but you know what I mean? Before they open...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're going to their smashed up base that Kong. They don't have to not go to Kong. They're going to their base where the diving bell is and the little luring tracker thing that they use.
But it's going to Kong's area, kind of. He's like protective of it. That's why he doesn't like it.
I'm going to disagree with you there. We'll put a pin in that. I don't think Kong is protective of it.
Okay, fair. I kind of think that was why he attacked them, but
I'm going all the way up here to the saved quote up here.
Protective of what? Their area?
Yeah, like just the place. I think that's where Kong lives, and he's kind of like, you don't belong here. And I don't think they like them. I get the opinion they don't like them opening the rifts either.
Yeah, that's but see, that's different. Kong, so as Golden Child said, it seems like Kong is more annoyed with them rather than wanting to kill them. That's definitely how I felt in that opening.
He looks at them as gnats.
Yeah.
Like it's, Kong doesn't really mess with the humans for the most part. He's like, yeah, do whatever. But when they start disrupting, the natural habitat and environment, that's when he starts to get pissed off.
So I think, Jamie, maybe I misunderstood your use of the word protective. I took it that you were saying like he's like it's his place, like not like it's his nest, but it's a place that means something to him that he likes. And I think maybe you meant he's protective of it, like, don't go here, you stupid humans opening the rift.
Yeah, that's just more what I mean. Like, he's there and he doesn't want them causing problems, I guess. Like, as long as they don't bother him, he won't bother them. But if they're going to come and open a wormhole in the middle of where he's at, he's not going to be happy.
Right, but he's not, as they're going down there, he's not there right now.
No.
He thinks he destroyed it. He destroyed it at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't really bother coming back till he senses the other Titan, and then he smashes the machine. He kind of looks at them like, look what you did.
So that was the other thing too. I guess I didn't really know for sure going into this because I hadn't seen the movies, like how much Kong and Godzilla are like aware, but they do seem to be like, they're not just like animals. They kind of know what's going on, which I didn't realize, I guess, going into it because I hadn't seen many of the movies and was trying to figure out. But
well, even normal size apes that exist among our world now are very highly intelligent animals, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But
I assume Godzilla is kind of the same way, isn't he? And again, because I don't know because I haven't seen the movies, but I kind of assume that he's like that too, and it's more because of where they're from than it is. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, Godzilla is like, I mean, yes. So part of these movies, and I'm sure that like Mr. Frog and Doc can chime in here, but part of what happens in these movies, if I recall correctly, is that Godzilla's kind of like protecting the rift, and he's like, we stay down, they stay up, and I'm only coming out here because Titans are like misbehaving.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that kind of the gist of these movies a bit?
Yeah, and yes, the alphas are extremely sentient. Okay, that's what I was kind of asking. Because I kind of assumed Godzilla was too, but I didn't know for sure. But yes, the humans are causing shit. They're in his way.
They're not in his way. They're in his way.
Well, they're not in his way until they open the rift. That's what I'm saying. When they open the rift, that's in their way. I don't mean in their. That's not the right wording. They're causing problems that make them a nuisance.
I mean, in Godzilla versus Kong, in Godzilla and Kong like reached détente, where they kind of like both have. They're not against each other. They're kind of like.
Well, that's because Mechazilla started fighting.
Yes, yeah, Mechazilla showed up. Yeah, and they both have their place. So anyhow, they're trying to get to the base to reactivate the Titan bait that will open the rift so they can go in and get Lee. But I was kind of surprised, you guys, at the amount of like new monsters or other monsters that live on Skull Island. Like, I kind of forgot that there were other, like, it's like Jurassic Park down there, right? And like they have to like encounter all these other kind of monsters on their way to the base.
Yes,
the apex base.
That makes it exciting as they try to go down. But we also have the flashbacks with, I was trying to see what that said. El Pay Cad sang.
It's the name of the bar.
It's the name of the bar. I'm not sure.
No, I just was curious what it was.
We'll zoom in again real quick. What language is it?
I thought it was Spanish, but I think some of it's missing.
Some of the letters
are saying, yeah, I if it's missing Spanish, I don't sanguine. I don't know for sure.
All right.
But anyway, the bar. Good enough.
It's not like that's going to be a clue to
No, I just was curious because I wondered what it said. And there is the thing that they, I guess, worship.
It says the bloody fish.
Okay, well that makes sense. That's why it says part of sanguine. I was like, why does it say
sanguine?
Yeah, because sanguine's
Thank you, Mr. Frogman.
All right, so here is the creature that actually no, I don't know if this is the creature they worship. I don't think this is the one they worship.
This looks like those little bug-looking things that crawled all up on Keiko when she was falling down the hole in
yes.
Ukraine, Russia, Mongolia, wherever that was, right? Like it looks like those little trilobite.
That's what I said it looked like. Somebody was
and they're also what was attacking Lee as he was trying to get to the pod.
The thing he tries to kill in the pod. Okay, that's where I heard it. I knew somebody called them scarabs. That was probably.
They do look similar to a scarab.
They definitely do look like a scarab.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it looks like a trilobite or a troglodyte.
They are not the same as the endoswarmers, endopedes from season 1. Okay, thank you. They're similar.
Yeah, because now that you said that, I think the ones that pull her down are more like kind of beetle-like, aren't they?
Scarabs are separate from those were exopod. Those are endoswarmers.
They were more like they looked more like beetles. I think I'm trying to remember. I think they looked more like buggy.
Right, they were kind of gross giant bugs. Also,
yeah, that's why I said they looked more like beetles. Anyway, he is still wanting to find out. Bill is still wanting to find out information. He draws the tattoo and everything.
He's there, like he's at like they're like, stop taking pictures. Okay, let me sketch everything I see here. He's like asking to get killed.
Yeah, but at least nobody can see the sketch.
Yeah. Like, I like your tattoo. I want to sketch it. No. Yeah, they are not welcome there is the gist. And then the waitress woman here talks to him. I forget what she says to them.
This is where she invites him to dance.
She asks to go to dance. And no, I can't. And she looks at Keiko and she's like, "Do you mind?" And Keiko's like, "No, please take them."
Yeah. Yeah, she figured they were together. Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of wondering, like, why she was, I guess, being more nice, more helpful. Is it just the other ones are more scared? Does she not believe in it as much? Because I kind of got the feeling like maybe
she didn't want 3 dead bodies in her bar.
That's fair. That too. But I don't know. I got the opinion too that like she maybe isn't as into it as they are. I don't know. That was just the opinion I got. I really don't know, but.
I'm going to put up a comment here. Mr. Frogmon says that line's a callback to season 1. What harm is there in a dance? That you mean that? So you can post yes or no in the chat. Do you mean that's a callback to the scene where Lee and Keiko are at like a military ball and they dance and like people are scandalized that he's dancing with a Japanese woman or whatever?
Yeah.
I think maybe that's what the callback is. That's the only dancing I recall.
Yeah. No, that's true. I hadn't thought about that. I'm starting to get mixed up some things that are season 1 and season 2 though, because I was thinking of that, but I'm like, wait, is that season 1? But it must have been season 1 then. It gives me Lovecraftian. Yeah, kind of.
Yes, I agree, Kaiju.
Especially with the scarab on the wall. Yeah,
especially with that helps. All right, but yeah, he goes off and dances. I don't think I have a picture of him dancing.
Can you please go back? There's a long scene here with these two watching Billy dance and they're kind of talking and whatever. I mean, I always feel that Lee is in love with her, right? Yes. Like Lee's definitely in love with her.
Oh, yeah.
And
the question is she in love with him?
There's a part of her that's in love with him too.
I think, yes, I agree with AJ. I think there's a part of her that's in love with him.
Because later in the episode, when Kate's having the conversation with her father about how he can possibly love 2 people at the same time, and he's like, it's possible, and then they totally go back to the 3 of them.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're clearly setting up a love triangle at this point. But I kind of think though, I thought for a lot of it though, that like they kind of all, I think it's probably like hard and confusing because they kind of all 3 of them love each other. I don't mean in a sexual way, but I mean, they all, they've been together for a long time.
Friends.
And they're like a family.
Jamie,
yeah, best friends.
I disagree. There's no love triangle. She gets sucked.
No, I said I think that's what they're pushing, the way they're doing that. You said about her talking to her son, and he's like, you can't love 2 people.
Right, but there's no love triangle. Lee has always been very respectful of the fact that they're married. Yeah. He's never made a move on her. They've had these flirtatious moments, but that's the extent of it. And then she disappears for fucking 60 years.
Yeah, that is true. I guess what I'm saying is, I guess what I'm saying is they put it in there for viewers to look at it that way is what I'm saying. Not that I'm just not describing what I mean very well.
There's no danger of it being a love triangle in that she would be involved with both of them. She would never be involved with them both, right? She has, for me, I think, and I don't want to belabor this too much, but I think at the ball last season, when he talked about settling down, having a normal life, living in a house and picket fence and going to, I think that's like, he kind of offered that, but Billy offered her the life of adventure and chasing science. And I think that's the moment that she chose Billy, or that's why she eventually chooses Billy over Lee, to me. And so he loves her, but he loves Bill also as a friend, right?
That's what I was saying. Like, I think they all three of them love each other. I mean, they're their family now. They're their best friends. So I don't know.
Oh, hell yes, Doc Kaiju. That's the love triangle.
Yeah.
I've been seeing that coming from the start.
Yeah. That's there. Although I don't know that she's too into Kentaro right now. She's kind of pissed at him. So yeah, it might more be that side of it if it happens.
But he's still very interested in her, I think.
Kentaro, yeah, but I don't know that May is right now interested in him.
Kentaro's been too much of a dick lately.
Yes, true.
Right.
All right, so they're going over still to. This is where that was cool. Like she almost gets smashed by his hand, and they make it look like she does.
I actually find this small picture on my laptop easier to recognize Kong. When I saw this on my big TV, I was like, "Wait, what am I looking at?" It like the colors were not great, and I was like, "What's going on here?" Before I could really see. Before I could really see like what part of Kong I was looking at, like on my big TV, it looks kind of like a black blob. This is a much better.
Maybe you should get a better TV.
It might be
maybe my black setting is too deep or something, and I need to go.
Maybe or it's in HDR. Sometimes if you have it in HDR, the color, to me, at least in my opinion, sometimes when something's HDR, it makes it look worse because the colors are too rich.
Thanks.
But yeah. But anyway, I think it's cool. I like it. Like we got a sleeping Kong, right? Yeah, cute. It is cute, sleepy Kong. I agree. I enjoyed the sleepy Kong. All right, so Tim is kind of like knows that they they left. Now they got to deal with it because they're in danger and they're putting everybody else in danger. And
well, and I think, are they in danger? All right, whatever. They're going to open the rift, and like Titans could come out, right? That's the whole point of Monarch, is to not let Titans come out.
Yeah. All right, so I have a lot more pictures here at this part. That thing I need to. I think this is where she was like saying rewind it, zoom in, or whatever, and I think that's where that was, and I was like, huh? You know how to do that? But eventually, Verdugo does, agree they got to go get them because, like you said, they're going to open the rift and screw up for everybody. So there's the tattoo of the symbol again. We see it.
That's where she's like, meet me later and I'll show you.
Yeah. Yes.
That's a funny shot. Look how the perspective is off. So May looks like she's Lilliputian on the side there because she's in the background. The way that shot is.
It is an odd angle. I was trying to figure out what that is. It looked like ribs or something. It's like stairs or something, I think. I don't know what it is.
What you're looking on the right.
That's that ball.
That's the ball. That's the diving bell.
Okay, I wasn't sure at first. I thought it was like it kind of looked like railings on a step. I wasn't sure. There's them arguing, talking about going to help, and this is where they're trying to put the ball thing back together. Whatever, put everything back together in order to open.
That's the new and improved version that Apex came up with to lure Titan to open the rift.
Yeah, a much smaller version, clearly, because he can't.
No. Jamie, remember,
that other thing didn't open the rift.
Diving bell had a ball that was like the
control
radar emitter, bait. It emitted whatever that was going to draw Titan. It was part of the original 1962. Had the small and the large.
I was thinking that was part of it, but no, they're
the new Apex version of that thing that lures the Titan.
Yes, but it's smaller and
no, it's not. It's almost the same size.
Oh, is it? I thought the other one was still bigger.
It's not the diving bell. It's the
No, I know, but I still thought it was bigger. I was thinking it was a little bit bigger. But either way, it's the new improved version, right?
Yes. Which amazingly everybody knows how to work.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, everybody on this show is like, he's like quick scientist right away.
Yeah.
Dieter, this is about Kong until he rolls over and makes a human pancake.
Yeah.
We did not want Kate to become a human pancake. All right. So back to them. I don't think she shows him anything yet, does she? Or does she? No, she takes him.
We meet her and she says, in this scene, she says, okay, I'll show you. Go ahead, AJ.
No, I just said, follow me. I made it simple.
She says, I'll show you, but then you promise me you'll leave immediately. And Shaw's like, yeah. And Billy's like, and Shaw's like, Billy? And Billy's like, okay, yeah.
And we're thinking, he's not going to leave. We know that. Yeah, I forgot they went in the cave. That's what I was trying to remember. Okay. Now they are running away from one of the creatures. I don't know what to call the creature, but
this is the Jurassic Park sequence where someone's got to go turn on the generator.
Yeah, you're right.
They saw this exact thing with what's her name, the blonde woman in Jurassic Park. Had to go turn on the generator, and a raptor got in there with her, right?
Yeah. All right. Then in Access Monday, meanwhile, I keep wanting to call him Kurt. Damn it, Lee is wanting to leave and trying to figure out. I think at that point he doesn't know what's going to happen, but he does eventually see the ball thing go through, but not yet. First, this is the Verdugo and them coming in on the helicopters, going through the storm in order to get to Skull Island. And because now they've been forced to.
That kind of really reminded me of Lost, where you know how Lost had like you had to go by a certain bearing to be able to come to or leave the island.
Yeah,
so you have to like go through this certain bearing to get there.
Yes, although I think this island's a little easier to get to and from.
This one doesn't.
It's not quite as difficult. And then it keeps going back and forth. That's why I'm looking to see. Okay, so she shows them the cave, and we get drawings of the cave. Now, I know, Karen, you're always like, don't compare things to From, but I did immediately think of the drawings in the From cave. I'm sorry. I did. I
don't know. I thought of like all the ancient cave paintings that indigenous people have done for thousands of years.
They have, but I'm just saying it made me think of that immediately when I saw it. And then I thought, everybody's going to say that. That was my second thought. Everybody's going to be talking.
I never thought of From until you said it this moment.
Yeah,
okay, fair, but I'm more obsessed with it than you are, to be fair. So, okay, so I don't know if you can see more on this one. I was looking to see which showed more. This has what looks like a huge fish. That one thing down below kind of looks like that flying thing that went after them, but I'm assuming it's a fish too. And then those troglodyte type things, and of course the this main picture, which is of the sea creature, kraken, whatever you want to call it.
Titan X.
Titan X is what it's really called, yeah.
Right, but you're right with what you said before, though. It does kind of look like a kraken, at least in the drawings. But yeah, so they, I guess, worship this thing. I don't know. It's part of their lore. And, you know, of course, Billy wants to find out.
Basically, this thing shows up, and all of a sudden, they're fishing and all their sea life.
I think so early in this episode, the bartender lady says to Billy when they're dancing, they think it's a god, and he says, what do you mean? He says they worship it, or they treat it as a god, she says, and then the sea provides. And because we saw that very bloody pedestal, I wonder if they're sacrificing people a la the 1933 King Kong, or where we saw a woman who was like tied to a post for Kong, you know, to come and fetch his beauty. I wonder if they're offering sacrifices to Titan X.
That's definitely what I thought.
Interesting.
It looks like a sacrificial altar. That's for sure.
It does, right?
Yeah.
But at any rate, they do worship the sea creature, and they're like, if we don't get what we want out of it, we won't get, you know, fish from the sea, and we'll starve and all that kind of thing, I guess.
Fredman is human. Yes, human sacrifices.
Yes, so that's why I said they you know, I'm sorry if I see a rock like that, I get out of there really quick, right? Because you're the newcomers. They're going to want to sacrifice you before their own family. So I
Billy
get out
says maybe this is where they slaughter their fish or prepare
which
their
it could
catch,
be,
whatever he says, which is fair also, right?
Yes, but it's got sea creatures around it and eyeballs on it. It looks like a sacrificial altar. I'm sorry. All right. So meanwhile, Kate is completely ignores everybody because even they come, Verdudo and Keiko get there and they're like, "I'm sorry, you tried, but we can't do it. It's too dangerous." And she's basically like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna do it anyway." And she runs over and she hits the keyboard and opens the rift or the wormhole or whatever you want to call it. She opens it. And Kong is like, "Oh no, you didn't," and he's not happy.
That's a great picture, Jamie.
It is. Thanks. It's like you did not just do that. So, and then he immediately knows because he sees the light when it opens, and he's like, "Okay, I got to hurry up and get over there." So he hightails it over to the ball, whatever we're calling. We keep saying the ball. That's like a very bad description.
I keep calling it a diving bell because I think it looks like
it's a little better than the ball.
I like diving bell. That's how I kind of think.
That's a better description than I'm giving it. And then there's that's Titan X, right? Is that Titan X?
Yeah.
No, that's not, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that's Titan X or not. Okay, is at the rift and about to go through. It looks like in this picture. And meanwhile, Lee has gotten into I keep wanting to call it a dumbbell too, the diving bell, and the trilobite scarab, whatever you want to call it, gets in the bell and starts to attack him, and he has to try to kill it in order to not be eaten before he gets back to the where he's from. I want to say to Earth. I guess he's not really on Earth. He's been in another dimension.
This is a question I actually was kind of wondering this too, why Titan X was underneath all them rocks. I was wondering the same thing, but I was like, whatever.
Yeah, and why didn't Titan X come out 20 minutes ago when the rift was open for Keiko and those guys to go through, right? Like somebody just went through the rift.
I think because it's closer to him this time.
Yeah. He was like, I think, or I'm calling it a he. Wasn't Titan X seemed like it was near it, or he was near the rift potentially. So,
but the bell is where it.
No, you're right, because it's supposed to draw them to the rift anyway. So that's a good question. Like, why didn't it? That's what I'm trying to think about when it opened last time, but that was at the end of last season.
I mean, this is a good question because Keiko's opening the rift in the exact same spot on Skull Island. But I guess it's not a direct line, and it could open in different places below.
That's how I take it.
Yeah, I guess. I was thinking that's why. I mean, that Kong was upset because they opened it the first time, but there wasn't something that came.
Because Kong doesn't want a bunch of Titan X's coming into his island, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying before. Like it's his island. He doesn't want problems.
I mean, another dimension. It's another dimension. We can't really know, but the rift opened. I don't know. It kind of looked like it was the same place to me. But I mean, it's not like Shaw has wandered far from where he fell. It's only been like 5 minutes.
Right. But I'm just saying, even if it was in a different location, they're still calling the Titan to the rift. That's what opens it. They need the Titan in order to open it, right?
Yeah, that's I'm just saying why he didn't wake up 20 minutes ago when they opened the rift.
Yeah, but didn't one of them have to be there?
He was really sleepy.
That's what confuses me. Like it had to be there when they opened it the first time, right?
You can only go through the rift with a Titan. I don't think you need a Titan open it. You need a Titan to go through it.
Okay, yeah.
Correct me, please.
You need like a bridge, kind of.
Correct me if I'm wrong, chatters, but I think you can open it. You just can't pass through it without a Titan. Like you have to piggyback on a Titan, I think.
That might be the case.
Yeah. All right. So all hell's breaking loose up above.
Yes. And he's being attacked by the scarab thing. And there is the diving bell that does come back. And he gets out. And yay, he's safe. They get him in the helicopter. At some point, Verdudo gets killed in this shuffle.
She gets hit by Titan X's tail, like swats her away.
Okay.
It
So,
doesn't
she
look
was kind of efficient.
survivable, but AJ has a point. No body, no
Yeah,
death.
no body. She could be alive, but it
I mean,
seems
she
like
could have gotten whacked with the tail and fallen into the rift herself.
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah. I guess we don't know. Hey, to be fair, we thought Keiko was dead for how long, right? So
Yeah, but that was a little different. We see her fall. We don't know exactly what happened to her.
what would have happened if Shaw went through without X going through? Those are the consequences I want to see. That's why I'm not sure he can. I guess is my point. I don't know because I don't quite understand the mechanics of it. It sounds like you guys don't for sure either. So
But that's what
Oh.
I thought that's the whole point of the diving bell. Is it negate? I thought that diving bell negates the need for the Titan.
I think the supplementary little tiny bell is Titan lore to lure a Titan so you can go through. I think you need a Titan to go through. Now, Keiko went through because all those little mini baby Titans were crawling on her, right?
yeah.
Yes.
And Shaw and Kate and May went through because a Titan was coming through below them, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think you need a Titan to pass through. So, Frogman, I don't know what would happen. I don't know if Shaw could go through without X unless somebody else went through.
Yeah.
But it's not like they knew X was there though.
Right. But you could be right because he has the diving bell. Maybe he doesn't. They don't need to be there.
Like
I
don't know.
No, they didn't know X was there, but they were just using the lore to try to get a Titan to come through, and the wrong Titan was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I guess that's kind of like my point. Like they're calling the Titan. If they don't want a Titan to come, why are they calling the Titan? So it must have to be there because otherwise, why would they call it?
This is why Verdugo was like, sorry, Shaw's gone. We're not opening it.
Yeah, because I mean, otherwise you would just open it and not call it. Like there'd be no reason to. So it's got to have something to do with it opening.
Yeah,
I guess, or bridging the gap.
I think you can open it, but you can't go through it without a Titan to piggyback. I think, but I don't really know.
That's how I took it, but it's not. I mean, they didn't exactly explain it. To be fair,
I'm frequently wrong, but that's what I think right now.
I think we have to like go back and look, but yeah, it's confusing. But Kong is really not happy. There he is splashing in the water. He's pissed off.
Well, he chases Titan X into the water, but I guess Kong can't swim, right?
Yeah. Well, they've been a little vague on how that works. I think they used to need a Titan to go through before Apex improved tech.
Okay.
It's fair. Either way, whether they need the Titan or not, the Titan came through, which is the bad thing. That's all that really matters, right? It came through. Titan X came through.
Okay.
All right.
You want Google's answer?
Yeah.
Yes, it is possible to go through Hollow Earth Rift without a Titan in the Monsterverse, but is extremely dangerous and often fatal as these vortexes are unstable, high-gravity wormholes. While Titans stabilize rifts, human-made technologies like specialized capsules can attempt passage through this and can lead falling into the chaotic axis Mundi rather than a secure Hollow Earth. There you have it. That's the whole point of what we're calling the diving bell.
Potentially official answer. All right. Well, either way, Lee's back, and Verdugo is potentially gone. Well, is gone. Potentially dead. Is gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like this episode. I really like all this show though. I think every episode they kind of end almost. I noticed when I was watching season 1, like they end them on like sort of a cliffhanger a lot of times. Like really like will make you want to watch more, which they need to do more often, I think, on even streaming because then you keep going and you want to keep watching it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I kind of liked Verdugo, and I'm kind of a little sorry to see her go. She was a good adversarial manager without being a true villain, right? She was just like this bureaucratic, but also really smart and driven. Like I liked her role, and without her to bump up against, I wonder, like, I guess
maybe, tell them no.
Well, I guess Tim will bump up against Brenda now.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured that Brenda was going to cause issues. That's my thoughts.
Like, did they need to take Verdugo out to give Dominique Tipper a bigger role?
Maybe.
and more control to give Apex more control over Monarch. I don't know. Like she is sort of a very like Brenda's like, well, I paid for all this. Like her whole thing is like, I should be in charge because I paid for stuff, right? She's like, May, I spent 2 years. Of course I care about that whole bit where May's like, what do you care? And she's like, of course I care. I spent 2 years and a lot of money to get you back.
Which really means I spent a shitload of money on it, right?
Well, and May is clear when she tells Kate later, she's like, she doesn't care. She wants the code that I wrote that she can't figure out.
Yeah. And we have to wonder why. I think 2 through 4 will be much more human focused. I thought Verdugo was too, whoops, didn't go on.
Stop!
That's because you're doing it and I'm doing it. Sorry. Was too up her butt. She refused to acknowledge what was actually happening.
I think 2 to 4, so that'd be episodes 2 through 4, I guess, will be much more human focused. I thought Verdugo was 2 up her butt. She was not what was actually happening. Yeah, I also think 2 through 4 will be more human focused because we just can't have this. It's too expensive to have this level of monster. They're too expensive to have monsters in every episode. It's like Game of Thrones couldn't have a a dragon in every episode, and we can't have Godzilla in every episode. We haven't had a Godzilla yet, but
yeah, that is true.
Also, it's a good human story. Like that's what we really like, right? Like on our show, we cover a lot of sci-fi, but we're always drawn to a good human story.
Yes. What is it? Lost what I was going to say. Oh, I know what I was going to say. For anybody who didn't see it yet, my interview for Monarch has been up at our YouTube. So make sure you check that out. If you go under the video tab, you'll
and remind us again, Jamie, who it was with.
It's with Mari Yamamoto, who plays Keiko, and Joe Tippett, who plays Tim. It's a good interview. It's fun.
Wait, his name is Joe Tippett?
Yes, his real name. He plays Tim.
Oh my god, that's so funny. And Brenda is Dominique Tipper. We have a Tippett and a Tipper on the show.
Tipper and Tippett. Yep. So yeah, people can check that out. Please like it, share, subscribe. Thank you, Dieter. Yes, please, everybody. I never remember to say that enough. Like, share, subscribe.
That's what I'm
type it if you have the option. Okay, go into. Oh, thank you, Critter. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope everybody likes it. It was fun. And it got me to watch all of them right away and forced me to do it. So that was a good thing because now I'm all caught up and got.
God forbid your co-host can convince you to watch something.
No, I don't
so watch the show. Jamie didn't watch season 1. We convinced her to watch season 2. Well, really, we didn't convince her. Apple was like, "Do you want to do some interviews?" And she's like, "Okay, let me watch it."
Well, I plan to watch it for the show, but I don't have a lot of time, and I tend to say I'm going to watch it and then forget to watch it. So it pushed me is more what I meant. Not that it made me want to watch it. It pushed me to do it because I wanted to be ready for our show. So now I have seen them all. So I'm good. I still don't understand everything because I haven't seen the movies, but I like the show a lot.
All right. Paradise.
All right, I think we covered everything. Yeah, let's hit up Paradise. So for you guys who are, let's see what we got here. Quickly before we go, I think Kate couldn't leave Shaw behind because of the intense survivor's guilt she already has from G-Day when she lost her students.
That's true.
I mean, her trauma should not be underestimated, right, Doc? Right, Jamie?
Yeah, that is a really good point.
I wonder what level of guilt she will have because she's basically gotten Verdugo killed, right? And released a horrific Titan on the world. Like,
that too.
Oopsie, my bad.
There we go.
All right. So everybody, I hope you'll stick around. If you're watching Monarch, you should be watching Paradise, I hope. Not kaiju, not monsters, but also a twisty good story.
Yes. Oh, there's a monster on the show.
It's Samantha.
Yes.
Monster person, maybe. But yeah, Paradise is really good. And this is episode 4.
Oh my God. So quickly, reactions before we dive into it. This episode was so great.
You know what my biggest reaction was? When they killed what's her name? I already forgot her damn name. Annie. When they killed Annie, my thought immediately was Karen's going to be like, why did they put her in the show if they were just going to kill her? Because you always say that.
I do. I especially hate when you get a big name actor or actress like Shailene Woodley and they don't stick around. It drives me crazy. I thought she was fantastic in the show. I mean, Shailene Woodley is a great, great actress, and if you've only seen those, what are those movies called? Insurgent, Defiant, Divergent. If you've only seen those movies, they don't really show her. She was in that great show on HBO where Nicole Kidman's husband. What was that show on HBO that she was on with Laura Dern, Shailene Woodley, Nicole Kidman were in this movie. They were the Four Wives. Remember that show? Come on. She was fantastic in that show.
I'm trying to find. She's not even on the main page for me to look.
I'm looking her up real quick. I'll get the name of that movie. Okay. It's called. She was in Big Little Lies.
Oh, Big Little Lies.
Which she was so good in that, and I thought she was so good in this show and in this episode. And I was so mad when she died because I thought she was a great part of the cast.
I was shocked that they killed her.
I was shocked. I was mad. I feel though like she still served her purpose though, because I feel like the baby is going to be what's important. You know what I mean?
Really? I'm surprised, Jamie, because you hate people.
I didn't say I liked that there's a baby. I said this is what I think is going to happen. Because yeah, I felt the same way. I'm like, why did you take all that time to introduce her and, you know, get us to care about them and to, you know, like their relationship and then like kill her right away. And that's why I kind of figured, well, it was probably for the baby, but that may not be a good thing. Yeah, I don't love when they put babies in shows, you know that. But that was my thought.
Because I know, Jamie, you always say like people are going to be dragging the baby around, and then suddenly the baby's not a thing. Like suddenly we won't see the baby. No one is like, where are you going to get diaper? Like where are you going to get formula? Nobody, like it's a newborn, and
having a baby in the apocalypse is not. But hey, there aren't like, you know, zombies walking around they got to worry about. That's okay. Thanks for coming, Doc McClure.
I mean, Kelly says I was so glad she was in the show because I really loved her story, even if it was cut too short. I agree. Yeah. It was great. She did great work with essentially only 2 episodes, right? I just also think, okay, so they didn't need to give Xavier a baby to make him go back to Colorado because he already has his 2 babies in Colorado, that he's definitely going back to Colorado. Like for him to have to find Lynn. They needed a hook.
As soon as he finds Terry, he's going back to Colorado. So
I think the other thing is though too is that the baby is a link to Link.
Yes.
Which
I don't know. Reminds me, since you have this image up.
Yes, go AJ, go.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Xavier say that he's having dreams of things that haven't happened yet?
Yes, thank you. What?
Yeah, because he had
been having not the show we're watching.
Now he's seen his picture. He knows who it is.
But here's my thing: does he maybe know him from before, and just doesn't remember, and it's getting muddled?
There's that. I'm with you, AJ, when you said that is not the show we're watching. And if that turns out to be the show we're watching, and we did talk a little bit last week about time, which we can talk about more tonight. But yeah, it could be that he's seen him before. It could be that he saw the ID and now it's giving him like, you know, weirdo concussion dreams.
But he saw the ID. But he saw the ID after the dream.
Yeah. Or if you think of it in real life terms, it could be that like he had a dream about a guy, and once he saw the ID, his brain connected it to the picture, which is also a possibility. But I don't know. I honestly just kind of took it at face value for what he said, but I kind of also was like, he's having visions. Why? Like, I don't know how I feel about this.
I'm not going to call them visions.
Well, I'm calling it a vision if it is from the future. If it's a dream, why is he having this dream? So I guess, not necessarily a vision. Depends whether he's actually met him or not, I would say.
Okay, let's put a pin in this, what it is, because I do want to talk about time dilation later, but let's recap this and review it real quick, okay, before we get into intent. Do you guys agree? Is that okay, AJ?
No, that's fine. That's all right.
We'll boss you all around and say, put a pin in it.
Okay. So Xavier, we talked before about Annie has him kind of handcuffed there and is forcing him to take her to get to Link, and he's basically agrees, but he makes sense. Look, he's heading to Colorado anyway, so he's like, let's stop, get Terry, and then we'll head over. So he does promise that he'll take her there after, but they're going to go pick her up on the way is the plan.
Mm-hmm.
And then meanwhile, we know that, which I guess we knew it before this episode, but that Link and his people are headed to Colorado as well. So they're probably, going to end up meeting up with him.
Did this surprise you guys, this part of the episode?
Not really.
They were headed to Colorado, you mean?
No. I recall Link telling Annie, we're part of a larger group. But I was a little surprised at how, it made me think more of like a Walking Dead type group of men and women and children, like a town. But it turns out that they are really militarized.
Like militia,
They're like a militia, Jamie, right? That surprised me a little bit. I was like, ooh, these guys are they really are going to make an assault on the bunker. They're not going to try to sneak in. I thought they were going to sneak in. Oh no, they're going to blow their way. Although I don't know how they can blow.
No, they not.
They were going there to kill somebody who we don't think is a person. But they're not breaking in. But yeah, I guess I didn't really think about it until you asked. But yeah, I guess I didn't expect it to be that kind of group either. So, but that's where they're headed. So we can assume that at some point the two, I'm saying the two groups, meaning Xavier and probably Terry, if he picks her up along the way, are going to cross paths with Link at some point. Plus, he wants to get the baby to Link. So, yeah. It was a girl,
he doesn't
wasn't
know
it?
who Link is. He just knows that Link is
he just knows from the picture. And I was gonna say, is it a girl or is it a boy?
It's a girl.
You don't remember? It's a girl?
No, I was asking because I was gonna make a bad joke and start calling the baby Zelda or something, but I didn't. Anyway, they're headed there. And they're trying to go through the front door. They're not hiding, that's for sure.
You realized by telling us that you were going to make a bad joke, but decided not to. You still made the joke.
No, I know. I know I did. I know. I meant it is a bad joke. I should have said this is a bad joke. So yeah, she stitched him up. She's got him ready to go.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of this show that is skipping over the part where Annie was just caught at Graceland with nothing, and now she's able to do stitches into his spleen with medical supplies, and so I'm just gonna have to. I just assumed told myself she's been out, she has scavenged, she's got stuff, she's come back.
Yes.
Yeah, I would have to.
We don't need to see her do it.
Yeah, and a lot of that you just kind of have to suspend your disbelief, because I said the thing that irritated me was the fact that somehow she lifted a grown man and threw him over a horse when she's 9 months pregnant.
Yes,
that's what I had the problem with.
We had a conversation that the horse laid down and then stood up with her on.
Yes. The horse made it easy for her. So they head out and she rides the horse. Xavier walks. That's where he's getting strong. Now, that's what that one series was based on? You guys watched, right? The Last Man.
No, the Omega Man. You're thinking of the Omega. The book was called The Last Man on Earth. It became the movie Omega Man. No. The book was called I Am Legend. It became a movie called
not that one.
No, she's talking about why. She's talking about why The Last Man.
Oh, why The Last Man? That was a comic book.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was based on that. But yes, I was talking about what age.
I'm Googling it right now. Anyway, it is a novel by Mary Shelley, published in 1826, an apocalyptic science fiction novel about a devastating plague that wipes out humanity, leaving a single survivor, Lionel Verney, to wander the world reclaimed by nature. It is set in the late 21st century, but she wrote it in 1826. Wow.
Interesting book to pick. Anyway,
I wonder why that book's lying around Graceland. I don't think that was on Elvis's reading list, but whatever.
Yeah, somebody probably left it there at Graceland, or it could have been her book, maybe.
Anyway,
yeah, we can skip through. So,
now, can you just go back 1 minute?
Yeah.
This was a nice scene with these two, right? Like Shailene Woodley was fantastic, and Sterling K. Brown was awesome in the scene.
Yeah, they have a kind of a heart-to-heart and get to know each other a little bit, and this is where I think this is where they agree that they're gonna go together, isn't it? Where she agrees to let him go.
No, this is where he's like, yeah, because he's like, you're gonna love having a baby, blah 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 blah.
Oh yeah, that's right. They talk about the baby.
I mean, I loved it, but do you guys think it's also a weakness of this season? The amount of like speeches and monologues and soliloquies these two give each other, like in these there's a lot of like lengthy, like.
There is. I mean, it didn't really bother me. And now that you say it, yeah, there is. But
it didn't bother me because they're two awesome actors. But that's not how people talk.
That's fair. Well, maybe when it's the end of the world, since you don't have a lot of people to talk to, you make really long conversations. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Fair. So, Annie, I took a picture of this because I realized after, I mean, I obviously didn't realize anything about it when I was watching it, but she was, tracking everything because she knew she was going to potentially have a problem. So
her blood pressure, she was taking her own blood pressure like every day and looking at the baby's heartbeat every day, which is a lot. Like, I've never had a baby, but AJ, you got a bunch of kids, and I don't think, did your wife take her own personal blood pressure every day? No, right?
No, because she had a doctor that she went to.
I was going to say, to be fair, she had a doctor.
Okay, yeah, okay, fair.
But anyway, I think it's implying, though, that she knew something was wrong. Like, she was tracking it, scared.
Yeah.
And I think maybe if we were medical people, which we are not, we would look at those blood pressures and be like, oh, no, right?
I don't know. I don't know anything. I didn't even actually look what the blood pressure was.
Oh yeah, she's taking her systolic and her diastolic every day. And see how it's getting higher and higher and higher every day. It goes from higher.
It is higher, but that isn't actually that high. I mean, pregnant maybe, I don't know, but that's not that high of a blood pressure.
156 over
156 over 104 is getting pretty high, but some of them.
It's a disturbing trend, is what it is.
Yes, that's true. That is true. But yes, her blood pressure is going up. So she suspects something's wrong. Now, we also got this story, which I don't know that we really needed this story. I mean, I get why they put it in there, but most of it was kind of irrelevant and we didn't need a lot of it. What did you guys think about them showing her having the baby and the flashbacks? I feel like they just wanted to put what's his face back in it. I felt like that was the reason for this.
Well, I feel like one thing I think is interesting is the whole time with her pregnancy, you get the impression that she's going to die, and she lived. And then you got Annie, who, until the moment comes, we have no reason to believe that she's in any type of real danger.
Yeah,
but I think this was more about Sinatra.
Yes. Yeah.
I
just don't know that it was necessary.
Well, there was a part of this episode that I felt like, oh, don't try to humanize Sinatra for me. Like, I know her backstory, I get it, but like, don't try to give me a like Sinatra warm and fuzzy. And then at the end, she's like, let me tell you a secret. You're going to see the sun someday. You're going to see right. And so they're alluding to Sinatra's master plan. And we also saw Cal at kind of like at his best instinct. Like, let me be a president who delivers good news. Right. But I kind of agree with Jamie that this didn't really add a lot to the storyline other than serving as a counterpoint for Annie, right? It didn't really, what did this really add?
Right.
That's why I say it was about Sinatra and just that last little bit.
It was. The only thing I could say is that maybe they could have used it like that. That's why Xavier knew a little bit what to do, but he really didn't do anything with the birth. Those other people did, so it was irrelevant in the end anyway. But yeah, we do get.
I mean, I liked how he stood in for her dead husband, who had been staffer to Congress, and this is a woman who, like, she's not unlike Xavier in that she was saved, but her spouse was lost on the other plane, and she's alone. And that Cal, who has had a baby before, like, is like a surrogate for her in that delivery room, and in a way that. Like Xavier, who's also had 2 children, is unable to really emotionally feel for this woman in that moment where he's like, Mr. President, you can't go by yourself. He's definitely not thinking of the poor woman having a baby. He's thinking of Cal like being unprotected. Xavier's really cold throughout this.
He is. I mean, that is his job, but you're right. He is kind of cold. But I think it shows that what kind of guy Cal is more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, but just dumb.
Yes. The point is, it wasn't really necessary.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
When life gives you lemons, ask Jesus for lemonade. So they go into the church, and that was funny, where she gave him the blanket, like he argued with her, and then she just threw him the blanket. Yeah. So yeah, they have to spend the night. It's going to obviously take them a few days to get there. It's not Walking Dead. They don't walk there in 5 minutes, so it's going to take them a little bit at least. I mean, they still are probably going to get there quicker than they would, but they have to stop for the night. Now, this is where they come upon these people on the road. Now, I think probably most people watching this did, but immediately thought that like these people were going to jump them, something's going to go wrong. And then I'm like, Jamie, this isn't Walking Dead. There might be good people in the world.
Never thought that for a second.
You really did? You did not?
Nope. You know why? Because that's the whole point. Like, she is terrified. She doesn't trust people to begin with. Xavier's like, just chill out, relax. Not everybody is out to get you. So there's no way Xavier's wrong in this moment. I wasn't worried about those people at all. Even when he went to their house later and he's rummaging through their shit and the guy's got a gun on him, I'm like, they're gonna help him. They're gonna come back. You could just tell because that's what everybody expects.
Yeah,
that's what everybody expects. Jamie, actually, you're the perfect example because you're what the general population expects.
What did you think, Karen?
I mean, I was a little concerned, but you could tell that when Annie's so afraid, she's like, don't make eye contact, don't look at them, don't say anything. She's basing this on nothing. It's not like she's like, I've been outside for 3 years and I know what the world is like and you don't know, Xavier. She doesn't know. She's been in a bunker also, just a different bunker, right? Like, she's never talked to anyone except Link and his guys. She doesn't really know. She's terrified. And she was terrified even before the end of the world came, right? Like, she quit being a doctor because she was afraid. But yeah, they were a little weird, but Xavier can't get killed.
No, Xavier's not going to get killed.
He can get captured and waylaid, but I mean, also like he gets people. You kind of have to say hello, like pass people, whatever, right? And then as soon as he saw a kid in the back seat, you're like, oh yeah, they're just people trying to have a life. Right?
Yeah, no, once you see the kid, I agree with that. But yeah, I don't know. But like I said, I've watched too much Walking Dead, so I expect it.
Yeah. Well, they gave you some fallouts at the end. We'll get to that.
Yeah. So they stopped at the diner, the Waffle Barn. It's a great place. I wonder when they have places like this, like, was this a real place, or did they change? They probably changed the name, but like, that's like a proper, apocalyptic bar, diner there, right?
Well, it's because Annie had previously said she really misses waffles, right?
Oh, right. No, I know, but I just
she said she was craving waffles.
Craving waffles. Yes, thanks, AJ.
Craving waffles. She's pregnant, so he is going to make her waffles because obviously they're.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
How the hell is he going to make her waffles?
I'm kidding. Oh, jeez. I was joking. I know he's not going to cook her waffles. That's why they went.
Is that a euphemism?
No, I didn't mean it. I did not mean it as euphemism. I meant how you were, but I don't know. I also, though, for a second, though, when he picked up the bag of flour or whatever, though, I thought, I wonder if he could. But no, but you're right. She's craving them, and it's just funny that they stopped there. But then they have this whole conversation where he teaches her how to bundle the flour. So
that was cute.
It was cute, and he's been a father and trying to help her.
And it was cute because earlier in the episode, when he says like, my wife was pregnant, this happened or that happened, and Annie shuts him down, like in a way that, like, I don't know, was he like mansplaining pregnancy to her? Maybe a little, but he had experience and she just shut him down. And then later in this scene, like she is open to his guidance or tutelage. It just, to me, kind of showed how their relationship has evolved, and she's learning to trust him a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I think he's trying to help, and I think she's scared too, and maybe she doesn't want to think about what could happen either. But yeah, she's starting to open up. And
oh my God, I've never had a baby. How scared would you be if you were like about to have a baby?
Yeah, especially in that environment. But yeah, she is starting to maybe think something's wrong, but we don't know that at this point. And then there's more I took more than that than I needed. So she's going to have the baby, and she's in pain, right? I think at that point.
But right? Like if you went back to the scene where she broke her water, you recall this, AJ? She says to Xavier, I have preeclampsia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I thought she said it after, but yeah, she does know. That's what she thinks. She. I don't know that she knows, or because she's pregnant. I mean, or because she's a doctor, or because she actually know that, or is it a guess?
She knows because that's why she's been keeping track of the vitals.
She says to him, my blood pressure has been increasing. My ankles are swollen. I have all the symptoms. I have preeclampsia.
Yeah, that's what she thinks. Yeah,
which she learned a lot in her 3 years of medical school because she never became a resident, never did a rotation in OB, never. But whatever, it's a show. So she went to a really good medical school where she learned a lot in 3 years.
But yeah, preeclampsia. I think I mean, I don't know a lot about it or a lot about pregnancy, but I think she'd have to go to a hospital, I think, to.
Yes, it's bad, but she could survive it in a hospital.
Yes, if you have a hospital, not if you're in the middle of nowhere. But that's when he goes in, beats on the door. He goes in to try to find. Well, he does first try to, call somebody. And he's like, hello. And then he starts rummaging for stuff.
When you guys watch this on TV, Jamie, can you go back one frame? Did you guys catch the reflection? See the guy in the reflection?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I didn't know.
I caught it when I watched it. I was like, oh, somebody's behind him.
Well, I figured somebody was going to come in. I mean, that was a given. But yeah, the person comes home and he's in the middle of their home, which, to be fair, I mean, if you're in the middle of like this going on and there's like an empty house, I mean, should he have gone in? No, but it's not super surprising somebody would go in.
Desperate times.
Yeah, but he's like, don't steal our stuff. So he doesn't say that.
Don't steal our kitchen utensils, please.
Yes. But yeah, they come and help, and he was right, and they're going to help.
So were you guys surprised in that moment when he comes in with like 3 women and a man? 3?
Nope.
No, at this point,
I wasn't surprised at all.
But I just at the beginning assumed they were going to be bad. But yeah, once the guide stopped him with the gun, I'm like thinking, oh, he's going to help him. But I don't know that I expected midwives to come out. I mean, I know they probably weren't midwives before all this went down, but they seem to know what they're doing. And
they're women who've had a baby before, maybe.
That too, probably, yeah. And they're going to help her, but obviously, with what's wrong, they can't.
I mean, I think the one woman, I think her name is Maria. She later says she was a chemistry teacher.
Yeah.
Yes, the older lady.
Yeah, the older one. But yeah, this is really sad when that all goes down. And that's where we see the other baby being born. And then her baby is born, but she does not survive it. Did she name the baby? She didn't name it.
No.
Okay. Because I was like, I don't know. I expected her to either on that paper she had to write down a name or to tell Xavier what the baby's name was. I was kind of like sad she didn't even name it.
Yeah, when she didn't name the baby, I'm thinking Xavier's going to call the baby Annie in honor of her mother, and I was like, oh, it's little orphan Annie.
Really? I thought they might call the baby Grace after Graceland.
Oh,
do that.
Or Hope, because he was having that memory too. I also thought he might call her Hope.
I thought about that too.
I thought about that too. I was really surprised that in these last minutes, Annie doesn't say her name is whatever, or Xavier says, what's her name?
I was too. Yeah. I kept waiting for it.
But Xavier is pretty dopey because I was more shocked in the opening early scenes where Xavier wakes up and he says, where am I? And he says, really? It's not obvious. And he realizes he's in Graceland and he says, no way. And he never says, oh my God, my wife loves Elvis. We named our child Presley. Like he never, what is the point of, how could they not have made that connection? That really irritated me about this episode.
You know what that makes me think, and I think I said this last week, but that just makes me think that whoever wrote the show really likes Elvis, one of the people who's involved, and that's why they.
But how could you not make that connection? Like
No,
you've
I agree with you. They should have had that conversation. I don't disagree.
Right?
I'm just saying.
It's almost you know what we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out that they actually had the conversation and ended up being a deleted scene.
Probably.
Maybe it was a deleted scene.
Like a perfect moment, right? Like they're on this trip together. It is surprising they didn't.
Yeah, or never when they were riding on the horse. There was a conversation like, by the way, I never told you my daughter's name is Presley. Right? Or Annie never asked him, what are your kids' names?
Or even a quick throwaway line once he realizes where he is, look at her and be like, funny story, and then just cut to the next scene.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we could have went with that. I just, more than that though, I did want her to give the baby a name, but I assumed for most of it, I don't know. I assumed he was going to name it Hope. I didn't even think of him naming it Annie. That makes more sense. But I just thought, since they kept showing those fat flashbacks, that he was going to name it Hope.
No, you could be right.
Maybe he thinks he'll get to Link and let Link name his own daughter if he can get there fast.
Yeah, there you go.
The baby is
but he's also got. I guess he really doesn't have to call the baby.
I mean, how old does a baby have to be to know their name? Like 6 or months? I don't know.
Yeah, he'll get to Link probably before then, I'm assuming. So that's not a bad.
Well, first he's got to take 2 weeks to find his wife.
Well, and he seems to have gone the 300 miles from Memphis to Atlanta in like a day.
Yeah. But anyhow, so he is now going to have to carry the baby, take the baby. And yeah, I kind of was like, he's going to take that baby on the truck across it. Like, part of me's thinking he should have left the baby with them. But I understand why he didn't. But like, my brain's telling me, like, would you really want to take that baby? Like, doesn't the baby need, I mean, you wouldn't be able to get the baby to drink from the bottle immediately. Like, how's it going to get food? That was my thought too.
Yeah, I mean,
I actually did think for a minute when she offered to take the baby, I thought for a minute, they can keep the baby and you grab the baby on your way back to Colorado.
Yes,
that makes more sense.
Right? Leave the baby, go find Terry, and then come back and get the baby when you go to Colorado.
Luckily, he meets Terry's best friend in the whole world the last 3 years. So that guy can watch the baby while Xavier goes and finds Terry and saves her because she was taken.
This was all very touching, Jamie, what you're flicking through, right?
I know. You guys are moving through it, so I was going through the pictures.
These were great scenes with good actors. The scene where they bury Annie and they show her headstone, such as it is, and did you know her last name? Did you know anything about her? No. And this guy says, like, we try to give everyone we find dignity, and there's so many graves, right?
Yeah. When they panned back, I was actually like, holy shit.
Oh, well, apocalypse. Yeah, I mean, this whole episode, a lot of it was really sad. But you guys know me, I was balling through it, so
yeah,
that's not surprising. So
I had a tear to my eye when Shailene Woodley died. And these are really good people, like the people they find on the road, who some of them they knew, some of them they maybe didn't know. They bury them all. They give them a little, like, this was.
You almost kind of want him to say, like, we have shelter, come with me. I know he can't, but like, there's like a part of me that wants him to be like, we should go, you should come with us or with me. And I guess there's no us now other than the baby, but I kind of wanted him to invite him along, but I think if he got there, he wouldn't be able to get them in. So it wouldn't do them any good. But
this was really hopeful. I thought this later part of this episode.
Yeah. No, it was.
With Maria and talk about, and then
I don't know. I just kept thinking, how is he going to feed this baby, this poor baby? That's all I had.
To feed it formula. You saw them put cans of formula into his backpack.
Yeah, but I mean, you do realize that a baby doesn't just drink from a bottle that easy. Like, that's why usually.
They absolutely. Yes, they absolutely fucking do.
Some babies.
I don't think it's that easy, is it? I mean, I don't know. I've never been pregnant.
AJ's had babies, we haven't, so we got to defer to him.
No, I'll defer to you. I thought that it wasn't.
If they get hungry, they're gonna figure it out.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, some babies won't take the breast at all, and they go on a bottle. There are people who it's different. To me, that's not the issue, Jamie. The issue is finding clean water and being able to boil water to make the formula to not kill the baby with bacteria.
Maybe he has bottled
issue.
Maybe he has bottled water too.
I mean, maybe he has bottled water that he's dragging around on the source. I don't know, but that's an issue around the world. That's why, like, most, like, I mean, I know a lot about this from my old job, but you don't, like, recommend formula to port people because they can't afford it. But if you don't have access to clean water, like, that's more dangerous for the baby to have formula made that's not with clean water, right? So,
Yeah.
I don't mean like poor people shouldn't have formula. I mean people that don't have access to clean water should not have formula. It's very dangerous for the baby. And so it's that to me was the part, like, how's he going to boil all this water all the time to make this formula to feed an infant eats like a couple ounces of water, like a couple ounces of formula, like what, like 6 times a day, 8 times every 2 hours all night long, right?
Yeah, he'd have to stop making a lot of fires, but you know,
or make a lot of water.
It's a TV show. Okay, so then they have the thing with we talked about it. We talked about it earlier with Sinatra and her telling the baby that it'll get to see this real stars or whatever she says. And then we have Link's people come to the door and he's like, hey, let us in. I love that. As they say, take me to your leader. Yeah. And then it's kind of like, I don't think this is going to go, like, I don't know. I don't know what I thought at this point, like how this is going to go, because I don't think that Sinatra is just going to like let them in, right? So something
absolutely not.
No, and I don't think they can blow open those doors. If you go back, like, I don't see any way that
she's going to send Jane up with a machine gun.
I don't know how many could blast their way in there. There's no way you get in through those doors. I don't even know.
Which is probably why he's saying, let me in. He's hoping that he can talk him into letting him in, I'm guessing.
I think he's got to have a plan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think he's definitely got a plan. But I'm saying that's probably why they're doing that instead of trying to sneak in, because it's a fortress and they can't get in.
I think they have a way to get in.
Maybe. I don't know. I assume that was
his notes do say, listen, I'm asking nicely now.
Yeah, this cannot be.
That doesn't imply if you say no, we're going to do something bad. I mean, we know.
Yeah, but what something bad does not involve blowing up those doors because they're too big.
Doesn't. I mean, I don't know if they had a bomb, could they blow it open? Probably not, but I don't know.
Sinatra has built that place to not let anybody in. Anyway,
but I still implying
it's interesting. It's interesting. Can you go back, Jamie? One more.
Oh, back more to this?
No, I guess go forward one. Where's the picture of this one? So this was unreal to me that in the previous shot is right out of Love Actually, starring Andy Lincoln. And then this shot right before this, you see Xavier like at a sign that says Atlanta City Limits or whatever, which is totally reminiscent of Rick Grimes, played by Andrew Lincoln, riding into Atlanta. I could not believe the two Andy Lincoln call-outs.
I had not thought about the cards being like Love Actually, but yeah, you're kind of right. I see.
Well, he said the card. He says, "I'm sorry to love actually you." The first card says.
He does say that. Okay, I forgot he said that. Okay,
the first card said. I mean, that's a total Love Actually.
Yeah, no, I forgot he did say that.
And then a total Walking Dead. That two Andy Lincoln. Like somebody really loves Andy Lincoln on this show.
No, apparently. Because he does come.
Wait, did you notice that, AJ? That there were two Andrew Lincoln?
I noticed the first one. I just forgot.
I didn't think about Love Actually, but I did think I did think about when he was going to.
I mean, it's Andrew Lincoln who does that in Love Actually with the calling cards.
Yeah, I've seen Love Actually once, and that was a long time ago.
That's all you really need.
It's a good movie. Yeah.
Right. Anyway, I was kind of surprised at that.
But you're right. Rick came in on his horse to Atlanta, and you're right. It does parallel that. Okay, so he comes in and he meets this guy.
Oh, go back. Come on. Wasn't this right with the gun? This is the worst scene of the whole show, you guys, right?
I don't know what
Xavier spent the entire episode lecturing Andy that you have to trust people, and then he immediately pulls his gun and does not trust this guy for a nanosecond.
No, but he knows that the guy knew his wife, and he's got a baby.
No, he doesn't know that. He finds that out.
No,
he doesn't know it.
That's true. You're right.
Like you don't think this is like a baby. Wait. I'm asking you a question. You do not think that's like out of character for Xavier in this moment after he lectures everyone about peace and love and trust people and blah, blah?
Because that only works until it has to do with Perry, apparently.
What, AJ? Go ahead, AJ. Say it again,
Because that
please.
only works until it has to do with Terry.
Okay, all right. When it has to do with Terry, it's a different ballgame.
Yeah.
I thought it was very jarring that he has spent all this time being like, you got to trust people. And then he's just like whips out the gun. And
yeah, I don't know. I didn't really think about it, but I mean, now, like, I could see him. You're right. He didn't know at this point. This was before the guy told him. But after the guy told him, I could see him whipping out the gun. But I hadn't really thought about it.
Why would he whip it out after?
No, because I could see him being like, "What do you know about my wife? You know, tell me what you know," like type of thing is what I'm envisioning. I guess.
I thought it was really jarring and not. Whoever wrote this, did you read the previous 50 minutes of the script that you wrote?
Well, maybe that's the point, I think, is probably to juxtapose the way he's acting with what he said. He doesn't practice what he preaches, Karen. I guess is the idea.
But he did practice what he preached. He said hello to those people, like on the road, right? He did. And he was like, "Don't let my baby be afraid of people." And his reaction is to pull Elvis's gun, right? Immediate. It's Elvis's gun, I think, in that shot.
Oh boy.
I just thought it was really jarring that he's been lecturing about trusting people, and then he comes to a place where his wife has been living. So presumably this guy is in on it, and he just immediately assumes what he shouldn't assume. Yeah, it bothered me. I guess I'm an outlier here. Sorry.
No, that's fair. I just didn't think about it. I didn't think the other way either. I just didn't really think about it. It happened fast, and I didn't really think it through. But yeah,
he does have a baby this time.
That's what I said too. He does have a baby in his hands. He's got to protect too, but that's not really a reason to necessarily.
I'm not saying that's actually makes it make any sense, but
a little fake baby, a little baby doll this time,
and not to mention, it's actually probably more dangerous that he even had. Like the person on the other end of the gun is probably thinking, "You're not going to pull the trigger because you pull the trigger, you just the baby's deaf for life."
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not his baby. He doesn't know that, but it's not his baby.
Yeah.
Not that you would do it. I'm just saying, like, it's technically not his baby. So, yeah. So this guy, anyway, the important thing of the scene is that this guy says, "I knew your wife," or "I know." Does he say, "I know your wife," or "I knew your wife"? I think he says, "I knew your wife."
No, I know your wife.
She's my best friend for 3 years, and someone has taken her from me.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I didn't know if that was in this one yet. Okay, somebody's taken her. So
yeah, I guess you watched this a while ago. You didn't rewatch it.
I did go back through some of it, but I didn't go through every little bit. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah. So what do you guys think about him? I was definitely shocked when I saw that part. I'm like, I don't know what to think. I think is what I thought. I don't know what to think here.
I think I'm taking it at face value. I have no reason not to believe the guy.
And that's kind of what this episode told us. I am not surprised that it's not so easy to find Terry in episode 4 of 8. We're halfway through now, 4 of 8, but that he should not be able to just waltz in and find Terry. It's got to be a little harder than that, right? And I think he will only arrive in Colorado in the season finale. I think
if he even gets that far.
If he gets that far, I think he will spend the next 4 episodes trying to find Terry and maybe trying to solve some other blah blah. And
well, here's my first question is, who took her? Why and why not him, too?
Like, yeah, I would take Terry and leave this guy.
Good point. Oh, excuse me.
Leave the antenna and leave whatever. Like who? Yeah. So that's the mystery of the next 4 weeks, maybe.
But like you said, there's 4 episodes left. It might be resolved next week.
Yeah, they kind of
resolved. That's if. Hey, not for nothing. That's if we even get Xavier next week. We could be inside the bunker all next week.
Yeah. So before I want to talk about the so-called hallucination and whatever else quickly. But before we go there, AJ, when I heard that terrible, terrible cover of Hound Dog at the beginning of this episode, I was thinking of you. And I was like, oh, I bet AJ is screaming at his television right now.
Yeah. I was like, it's like, why? What? Like it's like somebody took the song and they just like stretched it out like silly putty. It was so bad.
Or whatever in Paradise. That's kind of what they did.
I thought.
How do you like Golden Child's question is, will he encounter cannibals? I sure hope not. This, as we said earlier, this isn't Walking Dead, so probably not.
I thought the very moody kind of hound dog cover was particularly very bad. I really didn't like it.
Yeah.
I think maybe some people. So I read that it's by Hayden Calnan, who I've never heard of. I thought it didn't fit. I thought Hound Dog wasn't. The lyrics of Hound Dog weren't a good match for that scene. I did like later, when she's dying and they play "I Can't Help Falling in Love with You."
That was better.
I've heard that. That's Ingrid Michaelson. I've heard that cover before, and I do like that cover of that song. Has been covered more successfully, right, by multiple people. And it's about like seeing the baby. I can't help falling in love with the baby the minute I see it. Whatever, blah blah. That worked better, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But Hound Dog, I was like, AJ's going to throw a brick through his TV screen right now.
I kind of just tried to put it out of my mind and just watch what was on the screen.
Yeah.
It was also very low volume, so it wasn't as emphatic as some of the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kimberly liked the cover also. You know what I didn't like, though, Kimberly, is that they run this cover at a pretty high volume over Shailene Woodley's like dying words. And I'm not sure that scene would have been better without music or without vocals. And if they had just let her
probably would have been.
Right. Also, I'm like, why didn't she hold the baby at the moments of dying? But whatever. But yeah.
She was dying. I probably wouldn't have really been able to hold the baby.
But
she was kind of hyperventilating and hunched over.
Yeah. And so while AJ and I don't like most of these covers, I did like that Ingrid Michaelson cover. Kimberly liked it. They paid a little money for Ingrid Michaelson. She's such a fantastic writer, right?
All right. So what's your thoughts on this whole...
You guys, your thoughts about Alex and Sinatra's plan and this thing where we're having this vision that, we're not calling it a vision, whatever it is, this hallucination, this thing that
dream.
Xavier
had
a dream. Yes, it was in his dream that Xavier saw Link. We're also led to believe, I think, that Link saw Xavier, right?
That's how I took it, yeah. Which is kind of why I said vision. I don't know that it's really a vision because you're right. But
why do you think they saw Xavier?
Because we saw
Link sleeping, and that when they did it,
he was sleeping and waking up in his little military camp there, and he had that sort of like double vision kind of thing, and he saw Xavier, right? Or no, he had the same shot that Xavier later sees. It was Link's face, and then I feel like
I thought it was implying the same thing, that maybe he's seeing him too. They didn't, but I don't think they showed it. But
I'm not watching that show.
I don't want to watch that show either, where Sinatra, like, I feel like there's a time dilation thing they're getting at. We talked about this last week.
But that's not time dilation.
It's not. Okay, so none of us believe it's an actual time machine, right? No. But somehow Sinatra is trying to mess with time on purpose? Is Alex messing with time by mistake?
Let's go back to last week when he asks when what's his face asks Billy, do you believe this is random or do you think you're supposed to be here?
Oh, Phil from Lost. Yeah.
And he goes, if you are supposed to be here, you're going to need this. And he hands him the tissue, and then he gets the bloody nose.
Yes.
So how did he know what was going to happen is the question. But I still think that whatever it is was named after his wife. I don't think.
Well, yeah, no, it's a machine.
Well, I mean, it's not a person. It's a thing that they're building.
The way you said it, Karen, I thought that meant you thought it was a person.
No.
That's why I was laughing.
I mean, the question is like, so when he says, if you think you were meant to be here, you're going to need this, and has the tissue. The question is like, was it a premonition or a look into the future, or is it something he's already experienced? Or did it allow his past person to communicate and see like what's going on here. I don't think he saw the future and saw Billy show up and knew that he was going to kill his wife. So let me plan the euthanasia. I think that I don't know. Is it almost like
I don't know.
I don't know what any of it means.
No, it bothers me. Why does it bother you?
But it bothers me too.
Why does it bother you?
Because that's not the show we're watching at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me. This is sci-fi, so I don't. But
Okay,
I don't know
but
that
Jamie,
it means that either. We don't know what it means.
I mean, until we find out exactly what it means, but I don't like the direction. Like the fact that Xavier had a dream about somebody he hasn't met.
Yeah,
that's problematic.
Well, I feel
like they've already kind of laid the groundwork with all this. I feel like throwing it at some kind of time something or other element into it just kind of feels haphazard to me.
You know what really bothers me about the Xavier part of it? Like when we saw it last week, I could maybe get behind a storyline in the bunker, but Xavier is 1,000 miles away from the bunker maybe when he has that dream / whatever it is, and that kind of bothers me even more, that he's not in the bunker and he has been away from the bunker for some amount of time when that happens, right? So it's not about a machine that's in the bunker that is affecting people or a thing that Sinatra is doing to people in the bunker. It's
why is he seeing? I get what you're saying. Like if it was right after he left, you could say something was affecting him. But yeah, it does make me wonder. And I like the idea, I think it was AJ said earlier, like maybe this isn't actually like a vision. Maybe it's something that happened and they just don't know they knew each other or don't remember they knew each other. That to me makes more sense. But
yeah, like they've met each other. They've met each other in the past. Makes me wonder. And his dream muddled it up.
Yeah, but I don't know. The thing with Phil, as we're calling him Phil, is what made me think that it's like a vision or something. But I don't know if that makes sense. I agree with you.
I get what AJ's saying. Like, it's not the show we're watching. Like, it is science fiction, Jamie, yes, but it's sort of a technology-based, futuristic science fiction, but it's not like full-on, blown-out time travel, time machine, not pseudoscientific nonsense. Right? Is where that's not the show I think I'm watching. Is like crazy out that like I was watching.
To be fair,
I thought the show was more futuristic rather than full on science fiction. I guess is what I'm saying, right?
Yes. Yeah. To be fair, though, we have watched other shows that we thought were one thing and turned into something else, and we were okay with it. But this just, this feels weird.
The other thing is,
But we'll wait, we'll make a decision when we actually find out what is going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to say, though, I mean, there is the idea that the first season was kind of like twisty and that like the whole like was kind of thrown on your head what you thought it was at the beginning. Because, I mean, at the beginning, I don't think anybody thought it was going to be sci-fi until like you found out what was going on. Like it started off as something completely different. So I don't know. But I think to me, like it kind of depends how they do it. But I think if it didn't have the thing with the whole nosebleed, I would have just assumed, like you said, that he knew him in the past. That to me makes more sense than he's having a vision or he's seeing the future or he's been in the future or whatever. And I agree with you. This seems more like a futuristic apocalyptic thing than a science fiction technology thing.
Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying, but I don't know. I'll see how they do it, whatever it is they're doing.
And you guys know me. One thing that interests me is the part where Jeremy was fomenting rebellion and has now been put in prison. And that sort of political aspect was not in this episode. Doesn't mean it's gone. Doesn't mean it's not happening. But that kind of interests me also. The idea that Sinatra could be using control politically. To me, it's more interesting to me than time travel. Maybe because of what's happening in the world right now, but
there is, two stories though too. I mean, they have to kind of bounce back and forth to some extent.
They do.
So I'm sure we'll probably get there soon. But.
So,
anyway, R.I.P. Annie. We hardly knew you, and now you're gone.
Yes. All right.
Now
Well,
we have a
you guys.
stupid baby to be dragged around for 4
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying, that part. But
Maybe it'll sleep the whole time.
Yeah. But this
You
baby's
know.
a great sleeper. It sleeps through all these gun battles and whatever. Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be good. Put it in the drawer and forget about it.
Yep.
All right. Well, next week.
All right.
Yeah. Any other predictions for next week? You said you think we might see flashes. Didn't you say something about that, AJ? What'd you say before?
I just said next week is probably going to all be in the bunker. That's all I said.
It might be.
Right.
We had very little bunker this week, so it could be bunker heavy next
The
week.
only bunker we had this week was a flashback.
Oh, yeah. We had no current bunker. Oh, yeah. It's got to be bunker next week, AJ. You're right.
Yeah,
bunker heavy next week.
Bunker.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks, you guys who love this show. We got to move on.
Yes, thank you if you've stuck around now. Because I'll be here, but I'm gonna go off screen where you guys talk about Star Trek, Starfleet. But yeah, we'll get the next episode next week. I'm going to hide myself for a little bit while you guys talk. I'll probably pop back in at the end, unless my computer goes haywire. I should be able to do that. And I will see you guys in a bit.
Okay, thank you. AJ, I forget the name of this episode. This is episode 8, and we're only getting 10, right?
Yes.
I'm Googling it really quick. Starfleet
Shit, I don't remember.
Academy.
This is the Our Town episode.
The Our Town episode. Starfleet Academy. This episode is called The Life of the Stars. The Life of the Stars is the name of this episode. Yeah. So this episode, how did you like this episode?
I liked it. It was definitely better than last week's.
Yeah.
I thought the stuff with Sam was pretty great. I like the fact that, it's funny, so let's talk about the whole, let's just talk about the whole Sam part first.
Okay.
Sam, her glitches, I actually said to Damon, I said, I don't think she's glitching because there's something wrong with her. I think, like when they were explaining what was going on with the things overloading and then, getting, and I was like, it's her emotions. I was like, she doesn't know how to handle this. I was like, she's overloading because her emotions are all over the place. And then sure enough, we learn that she doesn't know how to handle it because she was created to be 17. She doesn't have the life experience to be able to handle adversity. She wasn't taught
that. To me, oh, do you hear that feedback? I'm getting some feedback on my mic. Huh? Jamie, can you mute yourself? Jamie, you're muted. There she goes.
I was muted, so that was
not
me.
For Jamie. Sorry about that. I thought the Sam storyline, it made a little more sense to me because it was more contained. Like the whole Our Town business, like I like that they dealt with the trauma the cadets are having. I almost wish this episode would have come last week, like the break we had with Jaden and what's his name going to get married last week. Feels like they didn't, like, we had this kind of lighter character driven episode and now we come back, they're so traumatized, and we didn't really, I guess, I'm like, oh, last week they didn't seem traumatized at all. I guess I like it. I like that it dealt with it. The bit with Our Town was risky. I guess it worked, but it was a little much. I like the Sam storyline. It took up less time, but it kind of made sense to me, right? And the Doctor, I love the Doctor, right? So
yeah.
I don't know. You get what I'm saying?
And speaking of time dilation,
time dilation.
They spent 17 years on her home world, and it was 2 weeks in Starfleet.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that was convenient.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we should take these. Want to take these two storylines separately? Which one do you want to talk about first?
Well, that's why I said to do it separately. Since we already talked about Sam.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. I mean, the doctor. We finally learned why the doctor is so hesitant. But I don't know about you, but I kind of felt like that was I kind of already knew the answer we were going to get with the doctor, why he was always so standoffish with Sam.
Because we have watched Voyager, so we know. So yeah, I kind of got it, but there was a lot of focus on his holographic family that he created, which really, if I recall correctly, was only one episode, right?
Yeah.
But do you remember on Voyager there were all those Borg kids that showed up, and he also was.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Borg kids.
Right, and he also was a very father figure to them, right?
Yeah.
Remember all those Borg kids? I think like 3 or 4 of them showed up at once, right? And they had to and they were recurring. So he had multiple fatherly experiences, and it was a little weird to me that they mentioned his family, which I get it was traumatic, right? But he had these other kids that he helped out a lot also. But I guess, look, you can't go into all that in one episode of Starfleet Academy, right?
Right.
I don't know. This episode was almost more about the character's development, about the doctor's development more than Sam's, right?
Yeah, Sam just lived there on the table.
Yeah. It was like, I might die. Please fix me. And they go and talk to her creators. What are they called? The makers?
I keep forgetting what they're...
the makers. They're called the makers.
Is that what she calls them?
Yeah,
I feel like there was another word.
In fact, that's why I called. If you can look you can't see it, but she calls them the makers. Everyone calls them the makers. They are photonic beings, right? But they call them the makers, I guess, because they made Sam. And they're very whatever, she's broken, we can't fix her. I love the part where they said, it took us 2 centuries to create her, and you broke her in 209 days.
Yeah.
So what'd you think of this? I didn't like this whole black and white thing.
It didn't bother me. I didn't really think about it.
Well, I thought it was a little heavy-handed callback to Our Town, right? They talk about how Our Town is shot.
Yeah.
Stage direction required, Thornton Wilder wanted it to be or the stage manager says it should be sort of shades of gray and kind of dark until certain points, and I don't know. How'd you like the Our Town thing? So I have not studied Our Town. I don't know if you have either. And did you have to read it in school or whatever, right? Or ever seen it? I do feel. Did you? I'm sorry. I need to stop talking.
Okay.
Have you read Our Town, or have you spent much time with Our Town?
I have read it. So maybe that makes it easier for me. I feel like it worked with what they were doing with the kids. I feel like it. I especially with the oh God, what the hell's her name?
Oh, Tilly?
No, not Tilly. What's her face?
Tarima,
thank you. With her situation, I feel like not wanting to be the ghost girl and everything. I think that really worked. I think that's why for me it did work, because she really is in this state of, and it's typical. She thinks everybody looks at her like she's a freak, and really nobody is. Nobody is mad at her. Nobody's looking at her that way. I like the scene though when she got drunk off her ass and Caleb was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah. I guess I felt a little like whoever the target audience for this show is. I mean, have they read Our Town? I feel like Our Town is maybe not studied as much as it was when you and I were in school. And are they going for a teen audience? Are they going for young adults? Who are they?
Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't thought about that. Maybe because I've read Our Town, so.
Yeah, and you read it probably a long time ago, probably when you were in school, right?
I did read it a long time ago.
School or high school or college or whatever. And I don't know if a lot of the audience would get Our Town. And and it's explained a lot during the show, but
Yeah.
like, and I haven't studied our town, but I know our town and I know what it's about and whatever, right? I did like the part where they're forced to be in theater class, right? It was kind of contrived reason to be. So going back, how'd you feel about the Tilly of it all?
I was just happy to see her.
I was happy to see her. I wish she had more to do.
I feel like she was just there for. I feel like they said, "Hey, look, we didn't forget about Tilly. Look, ooh, we feel bad that she's not the star of the show like she was originally supposed to be. Here she is, everybody, yay!"
Right? Yeah, like those of us.
Honestly, I was really hoping for more interaction with her. I was hoping for more with her and Reno.
Yeah, me too, because they both came from Discovery. They're both people out of time, and they should be pretty good friends and pretty bonded, right? I guess I should not hope for a Tilly centric. This show is clearly about the kids and less about the adults. But I wish Tilly had more to do. And Tilly as a theater teacher is not. I mean, it's in Tilly's character to be a little bit unusual and out of the box, but Tilly's not a she's an accomplished Starfleet officer and she teaches theater at the Academy. She doesn't. She teaches other stuff. I mean, okay, this was contrived, right? Nala set it up. It's not theater. Yes. It's therapy, right?
Yes, it's therapy, and that it was just in the guise of theater, and Tilly was just the perfect one to do it. I think Tilly probably deals with more therapy than she does theater. That's just the route that they chose to go.
So I was surprised to hear her say, "Oh, I have the 3rd years out on retreat or whatever, so now I can come hang out with you guys." Because I thought that this was the 1st year of Starfleet Academy. And then when I thought about it, I've misunderstood, right? This is the 1st year that Starfleet Academy is in San Francisco at the old location. But she's been teaching Starfleet for a couple of years at least. She has 3rd years, right?
See, I was confused by that too.
Right? Like, weren't we told that Starfleet Academy had just reopened?
Yeah, for the first time in 120 years.
But we knew that Tilly was gonna. But when we last saw it kind of doesn't make a ton of sense, right?
No, I got confused by that too.
Why they showed her up. I mean, look, I agree with you. I'm glad to see her. And we got gypped out of her being the star of the show.
It was so funny because Damon has not seen Discovery. So Tilly shows up on the screen and I was like, "Yay, Tilly!" And Damon goes, "I'm guessing she's in another one of the Star Trek shows."
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
Yeah. And they make it like she's like super friendly with Chancellor Nala. Like Nala has invited her. That whole part and Nala has been out of Starfleet for 20 years until the Admiral told her to come be the Chancellor one day. So how they became friends. I mean, I know there's this discussion about how Nala and Reno and Tilly are women at a time. That to me is really interesting, and I would like to see more of that. But ultimately, they've decided to make a show that's focused on kids, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the show is always going to be focused on the kids, but I don't know. I mean, it's focused on the kids and Holly Hunter. How about that?
Yeah. All right, the kids and Holly Hunter. Yeah. Okay, so AJ, you alluded to the return of, you mentioned it, the return of Terima with her brand new neuroinhibitor that looks exactly like the old neuroinhibitor, but it's stronger, I guess?
I wasn't really sure. I feel like that was kind of vague.
Yeah.
I guess there was a couple things in this episode that were making me go, huh? So let me ask you this. How do you feel about the fact that they're making her join Starfleet Academy instead of going back to the War College?
I thought they sort of like flipped over it. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And they just sort of like gave a quick explanation. And we have to, like, the doctor was like, oh, your neuroinhibitor can control you, but it's imperative that you pursue a career in science. And I didn't really get why. Is it because why is there less stress? Like, Spock's a science officer and he almost gets killed every single episode of Star Trek, right? Like, how is being a science officer like less stressful or less dangerous? Or,
yeah, I agree.
Like, I don't really get that.
And I liked that division between her and Caleb, with, you know, ever since that moment that he was like, what? She joined the war college? What the hell? You know? So yeah. I like the fact that they were kind of on opposite sides of it, you know? I like part of our main cast representing the war college. So, you know what I mean? It kind of, yeah. I just feel like now everybody's in this close-knit little corner, and I don't know. I feel like it's going to take away.
The only person left in the war college now is like Kyle, who is Jaden's boyfriend and that random mean girl, because they killed the other guy. Yeah, I agree with you. Tarun being in the war college, opened an opportunity for her to have a different mindset, a different philosophy, learning different things, different friends, right? And now she's just come over to Starfleet Academy. Like, do we even need the war college anymore on the show? Like, what?
Yeah, I just don't like that everybody's so, you know. And you know what's funny is last week you and I had talked, you know, what was it last week when those awkward moments between Caleb and Genesis, and Tarima apparently noticed it too. She's like, that's why Caleb likes you so much, and Genesis is like, no, we're just friends. And she's like, yeah, but it wasn't until recently I realized what kind of friends. And I was like,
crazy, right? Because
I was like, oh, so are we I was like, I don't want it's season 1. I don't need a fucking love triangle.
Like, they become roommates, right? Is she in this picture? She becomes roommates with Genesis. Where's my Genesis picture?
Sorry, I just want to put B's comment up real quick. Tilly was working with cadets in the field. She's still unclear too, but it's all kind of vague. I'd have to go back and watch Discovery, maybe.
And she definitely says third years more than once.
No, she definitely says third years. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, she becomes roommates with Genesis, right? Oh my God. B has so many great comments. We'll come back to a bunch of them, I think, B, when we have a chance. So, like, you know, she gets all drunk and Genesis like helps put her to bed and is really being a good friend. And she's all like, oh, that's why Caleb likes you. Like, for her to be so jealous of Genesis is crazy to me, because I have never doubted from the start that Caleb is really, if he's not in love with her, he's on that road, right? Like, he only has eyes for her. For him to just have a friend who's a girl, and I also never thought that Tarima was insecure like that. It seemed, I don't know, it seemed weird, right? Wasn't that weird? Yeah, it was.
Well, I get it now. I mean, with everything that she's been through, I can kind of get it. Like, she's like, that's why she went to the war college in the first place, because she felt like the structure and, you know, she was finding herself, and now she's being forced to do something she didn't want to do, and plus, you know what? Let's just chalk it up. They're teenagers.
Yeah. Okay. They're like, yeah. I mean, because I also thought when she's like, everybody looks at me like I'm a freak, and because and they're afraid I'm going to kill them and blah, blah. And I never really got that. We never saw anybody shy away from her or be like, don't touch me. Like,
no, it's in her head.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, AJ.
But you know what? But that makes perfect sense. You know, maybe it's not the people around her that she's afraid of herself. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's afraid of herself.
But she's projecting it onto everybody else.
Yeah. Now she comes around. This picture is a terrible picture because it shows Tarima's back. I don't know. Paramount put some crazy photos up. It's her bag as she approaches them in their Our Town rehearsal, where the kids have finally like gotten behind this play, and she's gonna, be in the play, and I guess she's embracing theater class or embracing.
Well, she's embracing what the whole point of it was. Like, they figured out pretty quick. Like, this isn't about the theater class. This is about us dealing with our shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, she figured it out first. Flipped out on everybody.
Yeah.
Flipped out on Tilly, which is a big no-no. You don't flip out on Tilly.
Well, oh yeah, Tilly's not taking any of your. Tilly's 800 years old now, and she's not taking any of it. She's been through a lot. So quickly at the end, I don't have a picture of at the end, but at the end of this episode, Sam comes back, right? Like Sam, yes, as you mentioned, with this whole thing where the doctor agrees that the makers are going to return her to being a baby, and he'll raise her because she needs to have a childhood and blah 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 blah. It's all a little whatever.
I was fine with all that, but the one thing I didn't understand was they were like, she'll have 2 sets of memories. Okay, she'll have the memories of being a baby to up to 17, and then she'll have the memories of being 17 and in school. That's if that's your idea of 2 memories. Okay, it all meshes together.
Okay, like, yeah. I mean, I don't know why they could have erased her memories of Starfleet if they had. Like, why is that a problem? Really, it's not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand what they were. I feel like that was somebody, whoever wrote that line didn't think that.
Like, they just added a prequel, right? But I thought it was interesting when she comes back. I don't have a picture of it because Paramount didn't give us a picture of it. But when she returns to Starfleet Academy at the end, and she's going to come and like meet all of her friends or whatever, she looks different. Like, she's not. Her hair is different. She's not. She always has that little gold eyeshadow in the corners of her eyes. That's gone. And she's always worn this little skirt, right? Like, you see it here, you see it here. She is wearing trousers when she comes back to Starfleet Academy at the end. She's always worn that little skirt in every scene ever. And I was like, oh, so this is like her physical appearance is like showing us that it's a new Sam, maybe. I don't know. How do you feel about a new and different Sam?
I think it's just going to be, I think it's going to be good for experience and everything. You know what I mean? I think she'll look at things differently and maybe not be so,
Yeah, I mean, I really like Sam, and I kind of like that about her, that she's kind of and a lot, right?
I mean, that's one thing that's fun about her, but I just think it'll be, I guess we'll have to see how it plays out.
I guess. I mean, some change is fine. I just we like her, right? I don't want to see her dramatically.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's gonna be a dramatic change.
By the way, this is not a shot from this is like a character headshot. This is not from any.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah, I couldn't. There's not a lot of photos available from this week's episode.
All right.
Anyway, all right. So let's go to a few comments here.
I was just gonna say, let's put up the wall of B.
Wait, let me take this down, and we'll go to. Okay, this guy is just here. Sorry, B. We're going back to this. The wall. Go to the wall of B. Go to the top of it. I gotta scroll up. B, I'm so glad that you're watching this show with us. I agree. Better than last week. Yeah, last week just feels way kind of out of sync a little bit, right? I do think a teen audience would relate to being assigned a play they don't know anything about or even care about.
I agree with that.
Yeah, right? That's like when you're in high school and they're like, okay, we're going to read Julius Caesar, or we're at Our Town, or we're going to read whatever. Yeah.
Going to read the Odyssey.
Well, that's kind of what it is, right? They're assigned to play this 2,000 years old. Our Town is 2,000 years old to them. Might as well be the Odyssey. So maybe Tilly was teaching young people joining Starfleet, but didn't have an official academy they were recruiting.
That sounds about. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that episode now, just to see exactly what the hell they say in Discovery in that episode when they first
spin her out to go become a teacher. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe they were recruiting, but they didn't have the official academy open. I like it, B. She was working with cadets in the field. That's what I thought, but it's still unclear. All right, next up. It seems she came back from her rehab. So this is Terima. It seems she came back from her rehabilitation unsure of herself, but she's a betazoid. Shouldn't she at least have an inkling of what people are actually feeling and or thinking?
Depends on how that inhibitor works now, is the only thing I can say to that.
Yes, because otherwise, B's totally correct. She's a betazoid, and you're like, people are afraid of me. Well, yes, if you're feeling that from them, right? As a betazoid, she should really feel that. For her to be afraid of herself and not. I liked what you said, AJ, about that, but B has a good point. Like, I mean, and would they really give her an inhibitor that blocks 100% of her betazoid empathy? That would be really kind of cruel, right? That'd be a horrible thing to do to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now B is going to Sam and her upbringing with the makers. Those memories might be out of order or something, her 2000 memories, but not 2 sets, unless her positronic brain saves them in different files. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just a bad scripted line.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make any actual sense with what they said.
Yep. And finally, I love this B. I hope her enthusiasm isn't curbed too much. I liked her over the topness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enthusiasm is the right word. I love that about her, right?
Yeah. Guess we'll find out in a couple days.
Yes, we will. So 2 more episodes left. I'm kind of disappointed. It feels like it's been over so fast, right? But this is where we are now with TV.
Yeah.
Long episodes are over. Okay, but Terima's inhibitor cuts off all her telepathy and empathy. That makes little sense. It would be cutting off part of her identity. Exactly.
Yeah, I know the old inhibitor did not cut off everything because she had that when they had sex and jumped into his brain.
Yeah.
And had
and that didn't hurt anyone. It was only when she was truly like, I mean, yeah, she killed people, but she only killed bad aliens. She didn't kill anyone who she killed who she wanted to kill. Like it was actually kind of well controlled.
You know what's actually really funny, real quick about all that? You know, they talk about their trauma this episode, you know, everybody's trauma about that situation.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like anybody was that traumatized until they told me they were traumatized.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
I feel like they handled it pretty fucking well. I mean, what, 2 people die?
Well, 2 people died. One was an instructor they didn't know. The other was a guy from War College who they knew but wasn't their best friend.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and then a bunch of really bad reavers who wanted to eat them. Cannibalistic, like aliens, right? Got killed. Yeah, it's traumatic seeing like people's heads explode no matter who they are, but you're right. It like I think AJ part of the problem is that they gave us an interim episode of like 2 guys going off.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think that had they switched the order of the episodes, it might have played better.
Yeah. And as for Terima, I mean, B's right. Deanna Troi lost her shit when she lost her empathy temporarily. Like a betazoid can't be cut off from their empathy, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what that thing does.
Yeah, I'll have to wait and see, I guess.
I mean, I would guess the long-term storyline is probably for her to lose that and learn to control it, right? And become
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. I mean,
yeah, that's gotta be where it's going.
I mean, they were giving Deanna's mother drugs because she was out of control.
Yeah.
You know. So.
All right. Well, 2 more to go. We'll see what happens.
Yep. Thank you, everybody.
Welcome back,
Jamie. Coming. Thank you.
Hi, Jamie.
I was going to say, everybody, yeah, please like and subscribe. There we go. We'll just put Dieter's up. That works. That makes it easy. No. But please, yeah, like I've said before, if you can hype it, please. Oops, wrong thing. Please do make sure you like the video, subscribe to SciFi Vision, check out our videos and scifivision.com, all that good stuff. Scarlett and Jen and I will be back Thursday for our finale coverage of School Spirits. And like I said, you can still find, of course, Alex's interview for School Spirits on our live tab from yesterday. And yeah, we, I think, have some more stuff coming up. So just stay tuned and make sure you join our Discord. And thank you, everybody. Thank you for the people who did come out yesterday. Appreciate that a lot.
And so next Tuesday, we are back with the same 3 shows: Monarch, Paradise, Starfleet. That's it, right?
Yep.
Yep,
That is correct.
All right. Join us, y'all.
Yeah. See y'all next week, too. Thank you for coming.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.